Yes, sir. Yes. You know. Wait a minute. It's the hold up, the rec room. It's the hold up, the rec room. Yes, sir. Man, back again. Episode 23. 21 plus 2. Man, I'm telling you, it's going down, man. I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling the vibe. I'm excited right now. We're maturing. You know,
man episode.
Yeah, straight up. Jordan episode. Remember we said we was gonna do something? That's what I forgot. We were supposed to put the Jordans on the table. We were supposed to put Jordans on the table, man, but we ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying, advertise for Jordan. That man got enough of that. But yo, man, you know what time it is, man? It's your team, the home team from the Rec Room Sports Podcast, man. We at the Honeycomb Hideout. Your baby mama just had to ride out, man, aka the sweatshop. And we about to get ready. Now, I don't know if you know, but we took a week off. You know, to recharge the battery.
First time ever, too.
Right.
Yeah.
We took a strong week off.
We was working. We was
still working.
Good to be back.
Everybody played with their kids for a second. You know, did some parenting. You know, hung out with their spouses, things of that nature. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I learned a little bit about you know, preserving energy. You know what I'm saying. But we brought all of that back. So you know what time it is, man. It's the Red Room Sports Podcast, man. And, man, the home team is ready to go. So, you know, I already got my man T-Sweat, better known as T-Sweat, but you can call him T-Sweat. T-Sweat, what up?
T-Sweat.
We got my man Jay with the MIC. Jay, what's do?
HTTC, man. That's the new thing. Yo.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
HTTC?
What does that stand for, sir?
You gonna
elaborate later?
You gonna tell us about it later?
I already know. I think I
kind of feel it.
I'm good with acronyms. Things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It means many things to me, man. We hell into.
Yeah, I was just about to say. Nah, I get it now. Okay, then we got my man Coach Joey, aka Macomilly, aka Mac on your main lady. What's happening, bro?
What's going on, man? What's happening?
Hey, man, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy YaBoyKWhit, man, aka Hustle Westbrook. You know, my #1 draft pick, and I did fold the laundry this time. You know what I'm saying? Put the fabric softener in the dryer. The dryer sheet was in there. Everything smells real nice. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to your moms. We love all the mothers.
Did you empty the lint roller?
You know, I be forgetting that. I be forgetting the lint tray.
That's
right.
Extra.
Yeah, gotta take
razzle-dazzle.
Exactly. When you take the lint tray out, you are now a mature man. Okay, but you know what we're doing, man. So we gonna get into these sports from the top to the bottom, from the rooter to the tutor. Man, it's so much to cover. We had an exciting weekend in sports. Like, I'm talking about all sports: basketball, football, baseball is over with. Shout out to baseball, Dusty Baker and the Houston Astros. We did get to cover that real quick, you know what I'm saying? But of course, Jay, man, you gonna jump right into it?
Man, listen, y'all saw it.
The NFL
man. Game of the year. Y'all saw it. Candidate. Y'all go into those games, man. Y'all don't want to. Y'all. I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything.
Should I say something?
Only thing that can make it better if you have fantasy football implications on it.
Wow, the fantasy.
Wow, bro.
The fantasy league was so live over the weekend, man. So we're gonna do the first game on the lineup on the docket so far. Number 1. Y'all know where we going with this one?
Bills Vikings.
We going Bills Vikings, okay? Vikings 33, Bills 30. It was so live. I'm talking about, man. Listen, if you didn't think Kirk Cousins was worth the money, you lost your mind, okay? So we got Kirk Cousins going 30 for 50, right, for 357 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, 60% completion percentage, a 34.5 QBR, because he did look a little raggedy, but he got 6 carries, and his longest rush was for 12 yards. He got 15 in total. All right, so we got my man Jared Allen from over there in the Bills. Shout out to Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? It was a tough loss. He went 29 of 43, went for 330, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. All right, 67.4 completion percentage with a 69.2 QBR. Then he had 6 carries for 84 yards, and his longest was for 25 yards. I don't know if you ever seen a Honda going full speed down the hill, but that's what Jared Allen looks like.
Keep calling, man, Jared.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. Josh Allen
on your fantasy team.
You might as well let him. I'm not letting him go.
I'm about the basketball player.
I'm gonna call him Jared Allen today. But hey, let me get it. Nah,
Josh, this is the thoughts and views of
just me myself.
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, just me myself. I'm too excited. So Then we got Dalvin Cook, right? We got Dalvin Cook going for 14 carries, 119 yards, 1 touchdown. Well, his longest was for 81 yards. Then we got Devin Singletary for 13 carries, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns, 21 was his longest. Then we got Justin Jefferson, 10 receptions for 193 yards, 1 touchdown. It was 46 was his longest reception. He had 16 targets. Then we got Stephon Diggs, 12 receptions, 128 yards. And 25 yards was his longest reception, and then 16 targets. Then we can't forget about my man Patrick Peterson on the defensive end with 2 interceptions, and the last one to seal the deal.
Oh yeah,
okay,
he still got
it.
So let's talk about this one first, boys. As I've gone through the stats and messed up Josh Allen's name about 7 times.
He's very live.
You know what I'm saying? So let's start at the top, man. We all know the progression of Kirk Cousins from, coming from my man Jay's team over there at Washington, going to Minnesota, coming from behind a Heisman winning quarterback, then coming off the bench, doing his thing. Like, we've seen a big progression in Kirk Cousins now, and then of course, Josh Allen, strongest arm in the league. You know what I mean? Big man coming. I'm talking about, man, looking like a Toyota Tundra when he running through these secondary. Like, it's crazy, dog. So tell me what y'all saw or what you observed first from watching this game this weekend, Joey.
Oh man, it was a classic game in my opinion. Back and forth, high scoring. Vikings seem to always be in shootouts where they have to come back, and that's what they did in this game. Question about Josh Allen health coming into the game, how he gonna act with that elbow injury. I feel like he played through it, powered through it, led his team. Singletary with a couple of rushing touchdowns to start the game off early for Buffalo. They really established the run and kind of took Minnesota by surprise, in my opinion, because usually Josh Allen handles that work in the goal line, running the ball. But I think to help protect them, they're getting the run more established through the running backs. So Singletary had his first 2 rushing touchdowns of the season, I believe, last game. Starting them off good. Diggs with a phenomenal game, 12 catches for like 128 yards. I really feel like they still need another receiving threat in Buffalo to really push them over the top. They was missing that a little bit. Defense on Von Miller had a couple of big sacks. So Minnesota started off slow, but man, Justin Jefferson, my favorite player in the NFL.
Jealous.
On 4th and 18.
LSU.
Yes, sir. And Patrick Peterson for LSU.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's a lot of Tigers. A lot of go Tigers.
Game from them. But like that catch was incredible, man.
Bruh, it potential catch of the year candidate, and we only halfway through. And I don't know if you guys got a chance to notice it. Nasty, one hand with the defender climbing all over you, falling backwards, hitting the ground. I mean, is this catch possibly better than the Odell catch? Y'all think?
I feel like it was fourth. I feel like the game was on the line for this catch. I can't remember exactly what down it was with Odell. It was an incredible, impeccable play. You know what I'm saying? But this was like game. If they didn't get this first down, the game was gonna be.
And you heard just Jefferson. He said Kirk Cousins said, "Hey man, one of these plays, I'm just throw it up to you," and he was like, "All right, word." Yeah. And that was that play.
That was definitely
getting that rapport, man. They're getting that rapport together. I think it's the best 1-2 punch in football. Last year was Stafford Cup. I feel like this year it's Justin Jefferson.
About to say Joe Burrow will have a problem with that. I promise you.
Connection, man. Hey.
Listen, and then to give everybody a little bit of context, I don't know if y'all know, but in the world of football, if you go back maybe 2-3 years, you know what I'm saying, Stephon Diggs was on the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh yeah,
who was their quarterback at that time? He's the backup now for
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum was the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. The biggest play ever, in one of the biggest plays ever in Minnesota history, when Stephon Diggs caught the touchdown, shook like 2 defenders from New Orleans, sent him to the playoffs, took his helmet off, threw it away, and then that next season he was gone, man, because he was saying that the offense was going towards more of a run dynamic offense, and he was a little unhappy. And the crazy thing is, they traded him to Buffalo, and they drafted Jefferson. Right,
that's one of the rare NFL trades that just worked out perfect for both sides.
Yeah,
you're right.
Because I can make an argument Justin Jefferson is a better receiver to have than Diggs, even though Diggs is top elite. You talking about 2 top 5 receivers right here, but, Justin being a little bit younger, fastest to 3K.
In terms of what I think is like, and somebody can fact check me on this. And I'm gonna use the word elusivity, okay, or elusiveness,
okay,
right? I think Diggs is a little more elusive in the open field than.
Hey, bring the other word back.
Yeah,
the first one.
What was that one? He has.
I'm gonna check that.
We're gonna use it in the sentence. Stephon Diggs has more elusivity.
Okay.
than Justin Jefferson in the open field. I've seen it once or twice. He can shake off words. I'm not saying that Jefferson can't do it, but
I'm gonna go with Jettas.
But Jettas in terms of those
Diggs,
one-on-one, in terms of like those one-on-one catches, very much well defended. Jettas is a more athletic of the two. Although Diggs is athletic himself, you know what I'm saying. But I'm telling you, it's so close. It's really, you know what I'm saying. It's 1A, 1B. So I got rid of 1A and I got 1B. I'm not really mad at it. And just like Coach Joey said, man, this is like there's no losses that came out of this trade. Both sides won. Josh Allen got a number 1 receiver, which he didn't have the year before. And then Kirk Cousins, man, you know what I'm saying. He turned a young man into a household name. That man been grittying up and down, touchdowns.
Best celebration. When it's time for him to get that check, when it's time for him to get paid, I'm gonna reset the wide receiver market. Devontae and Tyreek Hill got some crazy deals. His deal gonna be crazy.
Devontae, Chase out there in
them boys.
All the LSU boys are gonna get big checks, man. So big shouts out to that one. That was
back to that game real quick though.
Watch out. Go ahead.
Kirk Cousins' performance: 30 for 50, 30 completions, 50 attempts.
Right.
I feel like he put the team on his back a little bit, man. 357 yards. But Josh Allen with that last second interception.
Yeah, that killed him.
I feel like he forced that pass.
He did.
I really wanted to talk about that for a second. That's showing me, you know what I'm saying, in a crucial moment. I think that's like the second week now, even some bad turnovers.
Yeah.
But that was the play that made the game. Patrick Peterson made the 2 biggest plays of the game was both of his interceptions. And definitely swung the game in the favor of Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. And in my opinion, you got that right. And I was watching ESPN earlier, and I was watching, NFL Countdown. They were going through, other quarterbacks that have come back or how that other injury has happened. And, of course, being that, that's a throwing elbow, all of those tendons and all that. Like, they were trying to describe, RG3 was trying to describe, hey, man, your fingers get numb because you're throwing – you know what I'm saying? You're putting a lot of pressure towards the end of your hand, and then it didn't really get right for him until, 2-3 years later. I mean, not 2-3 years later, 2-3 months later. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm wondering if at the end of the game, Josh Allen looked, and you could clearly see it was people open, but Josh Allen was scrambling to get first downs. Mm-hmm. And like I said, man, let's see, you want to tackle a Sequoia? Okay, or going 40 miles an hour, you tackle. That's what it's like tackling Josh Allen. But you know what I mean, straight up and down, it looked like he was trying to save his arm for the possibility of having to do what he did, which he did succeed on getting them down the field.
He had a good game too. Now, he had
a bomb drive. He had a bomb game. Real talk,
like 84 yards or whatever.
But I think another thing is underestimating Patrick Peterson's closing speed on the football.
Yeah, I tend to think because he a old KG veteran, lost a step a little bit, that his IQ is just immaculate.
And the thing is, like they showed it towards the end of the game, like when they did the replay from the end zone. I think Patrick Peterson had baited him. Like they were saying, Patrick Peterson baited him by completely looking the opposite direction of the offensive player going behind him.
Yeah,
he completely looked the other way, but immediately when the ball came out, Patrick Peterson was right there, snuck in and took it right off. So you know what I'm saying.
You can look the quarterback off and have them think that you ain't paying attention to where you can kind of make them manipulate where they're gonna throw the ball.
Exactly, and I think that's what played a part. So that's some KG veteran move stuff for you right there. Big shout out to Patrick Peterson. You know what I'm saying. Even though you left Arizona, you went on to greatness in Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
They love you out there apparently.
Shout out.
I think he's going to the Hall of Fame. Real talk. Peterson. All defensive team.
Yeah, look at his stats. Yeah, he was dominating for a while.
Yeah, long time now.
Elite lockdown shot.
I don't know.
For about 5-6 years.
I don't even think he got a ring though, but I think he's going. Talking like top decade.
Yeah, he
corners?
just went to the Super Bowl and they lost to y'all.
Right, yeah. Right. So that's what I'm saying. So like I'm talking about like all decade corners
for like the last
12 years.
Yeah, he in the if they had to do a top 5, he in the top 5.
Yeah, all decade corners. I think he's going. So
he was that dude in Arizona.
Yeah. You know, had he not got the ball caught on him, just like Joe brought up in that playoff game. I mean, in the Super Bowl, man. You know, he be definitely first ballot, especially with a Super Bowl ring on his resume.
Yeah, but shout out to Kevin O'Connell too, man. Minnesota Vikings head coach, man.
He got them
good.
Playing basically it's almost the same team from last year. You know what I'm saying? But see how you get an offensive brilliant offensive mind, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, we're offense this year.
And if you look at it night and day, that was our offense according to last year. Look at how our offense was last year.
Yeah.
Lost him, trash. Minnesota gained him, best offense in the league.
And I'm gonna keep it real too. This was also low key the Cook Bowl.
Look immaculate.
Y'all know this was the Cook Bowl?
Yeah, James Cook and Dalvin.
Cook and Dalvin Cook both.
Dalvin went off.
Yeah, both. Of course, our brothers, and both played in this game. Both did well. But yeah, Dalvin went off, like I said, for 119 yards. One touchdown. That 81 yard, the 81 yard joint, man. I'm talking about like it's. I guess the idea is closing speed. You know what I mean? Let me show you how to take an angle. That man took the angle on everybody, and you couldn't catch him, bro. So big shouts out to Dalvin Cook for showing out, man. You know
what's up with that?
What you got?
What's up with that Colts Raiders game?
Man, listen, this was actually an interesting one because it was several different types of ramifications on this one. Of course, Jeff Saturday going out there being his first time head coach, never coached not another team before. Like not an assistant coach, not a high school coach, not an offensive line coach.
No, he was a high school coach for a second.
I mean, yeah, okay. Well, not a
like a foot long.
Yeah, not a long career of coaching responsibility, especially in the NFL ranks. A lot of teams, a lot of coaches going through the realm of or the ranks of coaching. Wish they could have got the opportunity that Jeff Saturday got, but of course, hey, when you are the owner of the Indianapolis Colts,
right,
you can do what you want.
And then the way I feel about it, I feel like most of the time the interim coach is somebody that's already dealing with the team. You know what I'm saying?
He
really was like involved with the team. He just wasn't like on the field.
Well, legend, like I'm saying, Indianapolis Colts legend. The best O lineman they ever had.
Right.
They got one right now with Quentin Nelson, but he just set the standard. I feel like he had a lot of respect of the team and command respect of the team because he's a person that was in the facilities, like real close friends with the owner Jim Irsay, right? So,
yeah.
He in the facilities. His influence is already there.
Mm-hmm.
I think owners want to have somebody the perfect situation for an NFL owner, in my opinion, from aspect, if I'm thinking as them, is probably having somebody as a head coach that you feel like you can really trust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Him and Jeff Saturday are really close, so it's like
exactly.
Both of y'all have each other's best interests at heart.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a surprising way. I mean, they had a upset win. Most people thought they probably was going to lose, in my opinion. But you thought Sam Ellinger was going to start. Matt Ryan ends up being the starter.
Look at him.
And Matt Ryan still got something in the tank.
And I'm gonna segue into two things right quick, right? So, funny thing is, Jeff Saturday tweeted prior to when he was doing NFL Countdown that the Raiders looked horrible. First off, that's the first thing. Second thing, Jim Irsay, brought up in one of his press conferences. He was like, well, if you ask me to fix, change my oil and put in an alternate, I might not know how to do that. But about building a football team and a championship caliber football team, I know all about that.
Yeah.
Try me on that mess, okay? And so I hired Jeff Saturday.
And then I ain't real quick. I ain't gonna race with it, but he had Caldwell and Dungy, so you can't really.
Yeah,
it ain't that. Like
I think he knew that the injection of Jeff Saturday into the locker room, one of the boys
changed the culture.
One of the boys, it would probably mean a lot. And to me, and this is just my opinion, like Matt Ryan need that pat on the back, like, man, you still the man, right? This only 2 years ago when you was in the Super Bowl, you was just a MVP caliber quarterback a year ago, like, and he wasn't having
5 years ago, but
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? For to be the Colts, get back to what you do best. Let your quarterback turn around, hand it to the monster Jonathan Taylor.
How ironic.
Healthy.
How ironic.
You know what I'm saying? Had some
Jonathan
injury
Taylor
woes.
has a good game.
He finally come back off injury.
O-line coach, O-line coach.
Shout out to Booger, man. Booger on ESPN.
Yeah, Booger McFarland. Yeah. Okay, so let's kick it through the stats real quick. So boom, we got
the Teller had 22 carries for 147 yards.
Yep, you going in.
Teddy.
Crazy.
So look, we got Matt Ryan with 21 for 28 for 222 yards. There's a lot of twos in here. 1 touchdown, 75% completion percentage.
No picks.
That 58.6 QBR was kicking in. Then we got Derek Carr. And we're going to talk about Derek Carr a little in a second too. Derek Carr went 24-38 for 248 yards, 2 touchdowns, 63.3% completion percentage, and then 53.2 QBR. Then we got the man, the truck, the Jonathan Trailer Tractor was going through the yards with 22 attempts, 147 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Josh Jacobs, man, one of the running backs I really like in the NFL right now. 21 attempts, 78 yards, and 1 touchdown. Then, of course, Devontae Adams, man. You know they had to make him the star of the show out there in Vegas. 9 receptions, 126 yards, 2 big catches that were pivotal in the game, in my opinion, for 14 targets. And this was the first time in 6.5 years that 4 receivers for the Indianapolis Colts had more than 20 yards. And if we look at the stat line for the Indianapolis Colts, you know what I'm saying, Matt Ryan was spreading the ball, was throwing the ball around the yard. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I can respect because Matt Ryan was catching a lot of hell, man. As far as being blamed for the success or the lack of success for the Indianapolis Colts. And like I was saying earlier, man, although I was not a Atlanta Falcons fan, I realized the greatness of Matt Ryan when he was their quarterback. How good he was carrying them through games. He was throwing the ball 40, 50 times. You know what I'm saying? Basically throwing his arm out of socket, every weekend at one point in time before they had a run game, before they had Todd Gurley, which Todd Gurley didn't work out for him. You know what I mean? They was throwing the ball a lot. So I really think he got something left in the tank. And just like Sweat mentioned, man, the revitalization of that locker room when you add into add a spark like Jeff Saturday into the locker room, man, that's a big deal. And you know what I'm saying? And what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Look, he gonna look at you and go, man, you know who my quarterback was? Peyton Manning. You don't think I know how to do this? Man,
5 hit himself.
Shout out to Discount Double Check.
Oh yeah. Oh man. So we're gonna get to that one.
Listen, real quick with that game, man. Big win for the Colts. You make a coaching change at the right time of the season for a team that had high expectations. Mm-hmm. Everybody thought the Colts probably was favorites to win this division along with the Titans or be in the contention for it. Started off real slow, but you look up. You fired a coach 9 weeks into the season, and now with this big win over the Raiders, you're 4-5-1 in position to win the division. You know what I'm saying? Right behind the Titans by a couple of games, you can catch them. Still got to play them again. So it's like this is a important juncture. I feel like Jeff Saturday knows the pulse of the team, and they have a chance to make some noise. Unfortunately, they did lose Shaquille Leonard. He done got hurt. He out for the season.
Man,
had to have back surgery.
Big shouts out to Shaq Leonard, man.
Recover, get
well, bro.
Get well, Shaq, man.
Shout
Looking forward to seeing you next season. But this defense still playing pretty good football. They have a chance, man. They got a chance to win the division.
Right.
I'm interested to watch them down the stretch in the rest of the season.
So let's keep it funky, since you gave the Colts a little bit of praise. What's going on with the Las Vegas Raiders, man? I mean, like, we came into the season.
Josh me down.
We came into the season with good answer. We came into the season with high hopes. We really thought highly of the hiring of Josh McDaniel. We really thought highly of the Devontae Adams signing. We thought Derek Carr was going to turn the corner. And I'm gonna say this, man.
It went all in.
I'm speaking of Vegas,
went all in. Go wrong though, like
right.
When the house wins.
When the house wins, I'm gonna say this, right. I like my quarterback passionate. You know what I'm saying? I like my quarterback passionate. Do I like him crying at the podium? Maybe not. But
I actually liked it.
But I like that though.
It wasn't like he was tearing. Like,
it was a passion.
It's a raw disappointment. Like, they know the season over now.
Yeah.
Unless they run the table.
Yeah, unless they run the table.
To even get a 7 seed wild card. You know what I'm saying? Because the AFC kind of thick right now. When you're looking at these playoff standings. But they kind of realizing that it's really a reality. This season is a wash.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you know, and I'm sure somewhere, and if you listen to the tone of what he was saying, you got to go back and play it and listen for yourself. If you didn't do it, look at Derek Carr's post game interview from last week. You got to listen to the tone. It's kind of one of them things where, like, low key, if you listen to it, he trying to say, look, management, I'm working hard. I know he working hard. Somebody ain't working hard right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm tired. That's when he was like, you know, that's when his voice was cracking. When he was talking about how much effort he was putting into practice. I know he was putting in that time when he put his body through. Yeah, when he put his body through to get right. You know, them athletes, they changing their diet, they ain't being around their kids, they cranky. You know what I'm saying? Then they gotta get up and go back to practice. Like, it's a lot to be a professional athlete.
A demanding job.
This is a very demanding job. And you live in Vegas, so you are cutting yourself out of having so much fun. But you get millions of dollars, so you gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I like the fact that he displayed his passion. He put his heart on the sleeve for the world to see. And from there, I think that the Raiders should take into account what he's saying, because the future is on his shoulders, literally. You know what I'm saying? You got Devontae Adams. This is a contract year for Josh Jacobs. You know, so we don't know what they're gonna do. But of course, you know, everybody gonna say
not going to run him into the ground and not sign him.
Yeah,
they done got too much money tied up in everybody else.
Right.
They gave Derek Carr that big deal. I ain't mean to interrupt you, but look, the reason I think it really hurt for them is because the Super Bowl is in Vegas this year. You know
and that's what they wanted to do.
Last two teams that had hosted the Super Bowl, the Bucks and the Rams, they ended up winning, which is going to be super rare, you know what I'm saying? But they followed the formula, went all in, but it failed, and that's really, you know.
And you have a great point, Dave.
And also, real quick, a quick impromptu question. You said, you know, they in Vegas. You pointed, and it started clicking with me with sports betting and sports gambling going on heavy and rampant. Do you think that, I know they professional athletes and on the Raiders, do you think that they might be something else they're worrying about, because they probably hear so much living in Vegas with the gambling being
that people
do you think like that play a factor in some of the stress added on top of the regular football activities?
That's a really good question, Joe, because you know what I'm saying, you got to think about it. You know, social media is prevalent. Everybody keeps it real. Everybody got a Twitter, everybody got an Instagram, everybody got Facebook, maybe, you know what I'm saying? And you talking about betting. What about the people? And you know, let's talk about your favorite thing. Let's talk about fantasy.
Exactly.
What about the people with the fantasy implications on FanDuel? Like, and they use Derek
books.
Right, and they use Derek Carr this one game, and they bet the house on Derek Carr. And then they lose, and then they are at this man's neck on social media, because of course you can't get to him, but they at this man's neck on social media.
Yeah, you betting over the under, you know the.
Yeah, right. I need you to do one thing.
I think as an organization, they probably just hear that type of chatter a little bit more. Other areas, you know what I'm saying?
I think you're right.
You think it's more player side or coaching?
Well, what's wrong with
Derek Carr was talking about? Who you think Derek Carr was talking about?
The problem is Josh McDaniels, in my opinion. The talent there, especially on offense. Like, what you missing? You got everything. Even though you had some unfortunate injuries with Hunter Renfrow and Waller, which I'm gonna shoot him some bail a little bit. Waller got hurt all early. Ain't played 2 or 3 games. Hunter Renfrow played 1 or 2 games, and he ain't been a shell of himself of what he was last year. You know what I'm saying? Mac Hollins stepped up, but you losing 2 of your top 3 receiving weapons and kind of got to force it to Adams, even if that was a game plan to make sure he see plenty targets. You kind of got to force feed Adams because everybody else around him
else is down.
Wasn't passing the ball at first. Got the run established with Josh Jacobs the last 4 or 5 weeks, which is a beautiful thing, but just lacking them weapons to help take some relief off of Jacobs and Adams, because it can't be a 2-man show in today's NFL. I think you got to go far.
And I really see where you're going with that, Joe. Like, I think they were gearing towards more of a pass centric offense. You know what I'm saying? And then to lose the targets, they were not built to have Josh Jacobs take over the load if that was to happen. You see what I'm saying?
I just think that's a whack offense for offense that could be exciting.
That
Patriot offense is what
you can't. Leave that in New England for real. Like, you got so many possibilities.
But think about it. The point would be, if it's a Patriot style offense, Patriot style offenses are ran with tight ends. You ain't got the tight end.
Yeah.
So now what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So it's in my mindset, it's going to take another year. We're gonna have to see this one more year. And I'm gonna say, we're
going to take another year.
Yeah, exactly. and that money gonna take another year too. Because
I don't think Derek Carter answered at quarterback either.
I like Derek Carter quarterback.
Look at his division. He the worst quarterback in the division.
Even as the worst quarterback in his division.
In the division with the best. If you top to bottom, they got the best quarterback. If I had to compare, you know. What I'm saying?
You right.
With Herbert and Mahomes being the future.
Yeah, Herbert and Mahomes.
Two of the 5 quarterbacks.
He better than Russell Wilson right now.
That's argument.
That's debatable.
They got a better record.
And guess who plays this week?
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Russell would be like, what if Russell had his weapons? Because I mean, honestly, Jerry Jeudy and Sutton ain't really hitting on. Come on, Devontae Adams better than
somebody go play with Russell, man. Somebody go listen. We not gonna really cover the Broncos game at the moment, but somebody gonna go play with them boys. I promise you, somebody going. And then last but not least, just to kind of put the cap on this game. Let's just say that they do say, okay, well, you know what I'm saying, no Josh Jacobs. Let's do something with Derek Carr. The draft will have several quarterbacks in it, and we've already discussed this ad nauseum. We're gonna discuss it again when we get to college football.
No, they kind of stuck.
Yeah, but shoot, they
shouldn't have paid him.
The Seahawks paid Russell and they got rid of him.
Oh yeah, they did get on.
No.
The Seahawks,
they paid him.
Russell.
That was a real quarterback friendly trade. But I mean, contract the Seahawks had him under. It was like 2024.
They got Derek Carr.
Denver and got that big contract just now. That's that's some ridiculous number.
Yeah, they got Derek Carr.
Seattle had for a good price.
Yeah,
Derek Carr making like 34, 35 a year now.
Yeah, you got a point.
That's a lot of money to not deliver at least a playoff run. At least get in the playoffs.
We got to see. Right. We got to see. Hey,
what's up with discount double check?
Man, we're gonna talk about that.
That was a good game too. That was another overtime game.
One of the games of the night, in my opinion. We're gonna talk about them boys. That's right. We're gonna talk about them Cowboys. The sneaky son of a gun. You thought we were gonna talk about that. All right, so we got the Cowboys 28. Green Bay 31, man. Dak Prescott went 27 of 46 for 265, 3 touchdowns with that 58.7 completion percentage. Then we got my man Aaron Rodgers, the livest arm you've ever seen. 14 of 20, 224, 70% completion percentage, 82.3 QBR. That is dang near great, okay? And then 3 touchdowns. Tony Pollard on the ground with 22 carries, 115 yards, 1 touchdown, 14 yards the longest. No Ezekiel Elliott. Aaron Jones out here doing a run. All right, 24 carries, 138 yards, 1 touchdown. Big long touchdown on the end on one of those carries for 30 yards. I remember that. Then we got my man CD Lamb, man. He showed out a little bit. He put on for the 88 club with 11 receptions, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Then we got Christian Watson on the other side with 4 receptions, 107 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I did not even know this young man's name, for Christ's sake. I'm trying to tell you. But guess what?
Top pick for the Green Bay Packers.
No, top pick for your fantasy league. I don't know if it's going to happen again.
You know how much catches he had? You know how much catches
only 4.
Yeah, bro.
He dropped the touchdown too. I've meant to see that touchdown he dropped.
Yeah. He would have had 4
for 4.
He would have been out there. Okay,
you would have had that 4 for 4.
So let's go over this one, fellas. I mean, this was like there was a lot of eyes on this game. A lot of implications on the line. Dak Prescott versus Aaron Rodgers. Cowboys versus Green Bay.
The return of Mike McCarthy.
The return of Mike McCarthy to Green Bay. Right. Okay.
One of those storylines.
America's team versus the team of Destiny's Past or something. You know what I mean? Like, as you can see, it was a lot going on both sides of the ball. And I'm not going to take anything away from the Cowboys, but they didn't have Ezekiel Elliott. Okay. Did they need Ezekiel Elliott?
Yeah, just in the goal. Look, Pollard got to play. Ezekiel, you just get on the goal line real close, 3 yards or closer in. You know what I'm saying? You third and 1 guy. Right. But man, Pollard is a special talent. They need to see him have a higher snap target share, higher snap count. So I think Pollard, the running back of the future for the Cowboys. Sprinkle a little Zeke in there, but man, Pollard need to win that at least 35% of the time. Pollard need to be on the field.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see Aaron Jones is paying homage to my man Beast Mode?
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised he ain't got flag. He ain't throw the flag for it.
No, I mean they didn't throw the flag. It's not excessive. You know, if it's not excessive crotch grabbing.
I guess he like 2 seconds real quick.
Yeah. You know, like just if y'all ever seen Key and Peele, they little joke about how many pumps you can do. and before you get a flag.
Yeah, a lot of people got flags off
Detroit had got that earlier.
This year.
Williams,
you get only 2 pumps. That's it.
Okay, pumping there.
Another one more pump. You get a flag. Okay, but on top of that, man, let's just keep it 1,000, man.
That's the question, man. Should he have kicked the field goal in overtime? Or do you go for it on 4th and 4 like he went for it?
Listen, okay, when you got a quarterback with legs,
yeah,
do you risk the quarterback with legs, or do you say my special teams unit is built for this?
I think it was like a 53-yard.
It was like 58. I think it was 58. I swear it was 58.
Okay, that's if it was 50. I can't remember exactly what it was, but if it was 58, then I kind of understand the 4th to 4 because that's a long kick.
Yeah,
you feel me? Especially if you don't trust 100% trust.
And then they're gonna be like on the other side of the field.
Yeah, you don't want to get. But at the same, I feel like the sequence of play calls on that drive was bad. On 3rd down, if they knew they was gonna go for it on 4th down, you run the ball and get a little closer than 4th and 4, so it'll open up the playbook a little bit more on that 4th down. I think they didn't execute. They didn't get that pass on 3rd down, and then you went for it on 4th and 4. I would have kicked the ball and put my defense out on there if I wasn't gonna kick the field goal because you just giving the boys a short field and it is.
Yeah, that short field.
I think they were scared. I think they were scared because how they came back. Because they came back in the 4th quarter.
They did. And they at home got all the
they was
momentum.
trying to get it over.
I understand trying to be
proactive,
proactive and be aggressive.
Yeah,
but Mike McCarthy,
it came back to bite him in the back end because. And this is the thing. Mike McCarthy should know that, and they were saying this in the broadcast booth. Mike McCarthy should be familiar with Lambeau Field, and you know that the wind at the end of the day is going that way, in the opposite direction of which you kick.
That's another thing too. It probably was some wind involved.
Yeah, it was some wind involved. In Lambeau, it's always some wind. It's freaking.
I think people be blaming Mike McCarthy a little bit too much, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like,
it
was
Dak threw 2 bad picks, bro.
Really bad picks. I mean,
game management thing, it go a little too far sometimes.
Let's keep it 1,000. Is Dak still warming up to being the starting quarterback of the season?
Yeah, all right, man. He just threw some picks, man, in one game. Like, people so short minded with this stuff.
I mean, I'm just saying,
he's 2-1.
He's still getting better from when he returned.
Yeah, all right.
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Ain't that one of the best passing defenses in the league?
Cowboys got one of the best defenses.
No, Packers.
The Packers?
I'm not sure, but I know they got Jair Alexander. They got a lot. Cornerback.
They got Jair Alexander.
I think if we could blame anybody, like Joe was saying, we could blame the offensive coordinator,
Kellen Moore.
Yeah, he should have kept the same Cooper Rush type thing with Dak. He tried to make Dak. CeeDee Lamb ate.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb got off.
I think 50 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think he passed a little bit too much. You got Pollard right there, like ready to run.
It's a catch-22 in my opinion because the way that the Cowboys for operating is for putting the game on the arm of the quarterback, and the quarterback is Dak Prescott. And I'm not saying anything negative about Dak Prescott. I love Dak Prescott when it comes to, being a role model and a figurehead for quarterbacks and black quarterbacks and all that stuff like that.
You about to say something?
No, I hate the idea that, sometimes Stephen A. Smith is right, man. When you give them long enough, man, they're gonna prove you wrong and drop the ball. Like literally, I hate it. Like I want Dak Prescott to succeed. Yeah, I want Dak Prescott to succeed, but I hate it when they
now they what are they? They
6-3.
6-3
in a very competitive NFC East.
Very competitive.
Wow, they number 3 in the division now.
Yeah, and that
quick.
That loss hurt, man. And of course, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna talk about somebody that is very competitive with the Cowboys franchise in just a moment. We're gonna go to.
We'll get straight to it.
We're gonna go to our correspondent Jay on the MIC. Jay on the MIC. You have something very, very important you want to talk to us about. I got to talk to you off camera. We've been bringing it up several times in the group chat. I'm going to let you take over the section. The floor is yours, sir.
So we're doing that now? No, I'm asking. We're at that part now?
Oh, yeah. We're going to do that now.
Commanders versus the Eagles.
The HTCCs?
HTTC.
Right.
I put it as have to take command.
There you go.
Sometimes you just got to do it.
Right.
We did it.
Right.
Just that simple.
Real quick.
Right.
I mean, without the stats, man, it was a hard fought effort. It was amazing. It was what I said. I don't know what to say. It's just one win for right now, man.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the vision that you had at the beginning of the season. Unfortunately, the running back got shot and didn't get to play 4 or 5 games.
Yeah.
So this probably would have been happening. It probably
It was
been.
gonna be it would have been happening real quick.
As soon as Wentz get removed.
Oh, I forgot Wentz was playing.
As soon as Wentz get removed, everything
I feel bad
goes
for him too, bro. I feel bad.
You know.
Wentz ain't got that fire that Heineke had.
Heineke is clearly his team.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Jay,
Clearly
kick us some actual factuals, man. So Tyler Heineke comes in the game last week, this week. Tell what is the difference visually to you, especially as a Redskins fan? What's
Commanders.
the difference in the? Oh, excuse me, as a Commanders fan. I'm sorry. When you see the offense between the two quarterbacks, man.
Say it one more time.
What's the difference?
No, seriously.
What's the difference in the offense?
The name. I need to hear
Commanders.
the name.
Oh, the Commanders.
Commanders, y'all.
Yeah,
You hear that?
Yeah.
Commanders.
It sounded better
not
and better.
the Commodores.
It sounded better and
Not
better.
the Commandos.
Yeah, right. Commanders. Got to say the whole
Commanders.
Get it home.
It. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, for real. What's the exactly. What's the difference between seeing Wentz and then Heineke out there on the field? What do you think?
Night and day.
Yeah, what do you think is the real
Seriously?
what's pushing the button now?
I don't know.
What's that?
Balls.
That's a great answer. Great answer. We talking football.
What is it?
Scrotum.
Huevos.
Yeah.
Huevos.
Do some what may
Just
look
leadership, man.
could be possibly the dumbest thing ever. He'll have the weirdest plays, and so does Carson Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz is good for good 2 picks. One of them is going to be a give me, possibly a pick 6.
A duck.
With Taylor, who knows, man. He's good for one bonehead play.
Right.
It's you can't. I don't know. It's a win. It's a win.
It's a win.
Going into the rest of our schedule, we got the Giants twice. We have
Big games.
We got the Giants and we're going to bye, and then we got the Giants again.
Ooh.
Back to back.
Yeah, y'all crushed the Eagles, so I just want to say that.
That was a good game. Shout
I-
out to Terry McLaurin.
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm gonna keep it funky.
Scared too.
Y'all, I think y'all took, and this is what it looked like. to me.
Ohio State.
Y'all remember? Y'all remember?
my boy Curtis Samuel.
Y'all remember? The 49ers kind of play calling when they play the Rams, and it's like every play is one of those. Every play is one of them end arounds. They pull it. I'm sorry, my bad, Joe. My bad, Joe. Every play is just like one of them end arounds. The tackle's coming off of this side, and then they hiking the ball. And he running smacking to somebody. Like every play, they did that, and and ball control offense. Clock control offense. I think that worked really well for y'all. And what I'm saying, of course, what I'm saying, we got wide receivers, we got running backs, we got weapons at every level. And just like you say, Heineke is a gutsy quarterback.
The team rallies around him and plays a little bit different under Heineke's command. I'm liking that. One real quick fun fact: Commanders ran the ball 49 times in this game. So combination of defense, man, forcing some turnovers. Unlike the Philadelphia Eagles to turn the ball over, I think before this game, Jalen Hurts only had 3 interceptions.
Right.
Had a couple last night against the Commanders for forcing some turnovers. Got a couple of sacks. Able to kind of contain the run of Philadelphia better than most teams were able to, and the turnovers were the difference in the game. Commanders running that ball and establishing the run. Brian Robinson Jr. with 26 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown. Gibson with 14 carries. He had a touchdown on the ground. So 1-2 punch combination of running and defense did it for the Commanders. And shout out to Ron Rivera, just lost his mother.
Riverboat.
Yeah.
Really big. I seen an emotional clip
I didn't even
after the
realize
game.
that.
Yeah, very
When
much
they was
so.
in the locker room talking, he really couldn't talk too much. He got choked up, you know what I'm saying? But he kind of thanked the team and said that his mother would be damn proud of
Right.
them
Definitely.
winning.
Yeah.
So that was a great moment I seen last night.
Yeah, man. So big shouts out to Riverboat Ron, man. We know
Let's talk about
prayers go out to him and his family, man.
Let's talk about one more. The Buccaneers and the Seahawks game.
Now that
early morning game.
That was an interesting game. Played was that the one in Germany?
That was Munich.
Munich. Yeah, Munich. Yep. Yeah, it was in Munich, Germany. We will keep it real, man. Like Geno Smith came into the game on a high horse. You know what I'm saying? Possibly the front runner for comeback player of the year. Shoot, possibly front runner for comeback player of the decade because he been in the league for a while. You know what I'm saying? And then Tom Brady, of course, man, coming off them losses, man, some tough losses we never see Tom Brady take. I was thinking, I'm thinking mentally, that, and everybody knows, we just gonna keep it funky. That's what we do right here on Red Room. Tom Brady going through some things right now, bro. Like for real, like some grown man. Ill business, you know what I'm saying, and they come to find out, and I'm not sure. I don't want to, report falsities, but come to find out, you know what I'm saying, that they are getting a divorce. We know that that's true. Him and his wife, Gisele Bündchen. Come to find out, Gisele purchased a house across the street from him, so it's not like he's getting away from nothing. You know what I'm saying? But going to another country, that plane ride, maybe, you know what I'm saying, visiting the sites, getting your mind off of. What's bringing you down mentally.
Yeah, I think might have hit him up a little bit. The team needed that and everything.
And the Buccaneers as a whole haven't looked the same in about a year and a half. I mean, Jay, what you think, man? I mean, I know you've been paying attention to the Buccaneers these past few weeks. I mean, like in your mind, was like the setting change a good thing for them coming into this game?
Hey, it's 2-0 single. Just that simple.
Well, okay. Well. Straight like that. I mean, to be honest with you, in my opinion,
stat right there.
Yeah, that's a great stat. And then, of course, you know what I'm saying, like what I was mentioning earlier was the draft class I wanted to mention earlier, but the draft class for the Seahawks has been showing out.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty good.
Yeah. From top
to Pete Carroll, man.
They hit the majority of their picks last year. Sure.
Right. I mean, they wanted
coaching is everything.
Right.
That's
they wanted to reset the culture. They did it with the draft picks. Geno Smith has been at the top of all the QB standings, all the QB metrics. We talking about QBR, passer ratings, completion percentage, and so so big shouts out to Geno Smith. But of course they had to lose to the GOAT, man. If you're gonna lose, why not lose to the GOAT in Germany?
Yeah, Tom Brady, man. Difference between this Buccaneers team last couple of weeks, they found a way to establish the run. They finished dead last in rushing yards per game in the NFL. But they inserted Rachaad White, man, 22 carries in this game. Out snap. Leonard Fournette dealing with a hip injury, went out, still had a touchdown. He had like 14 carries, 57 yards for a touchdown. He went out with a hip injury. So good thing they on the bye so he can kind of get healthy. But Rachaad White stepped up as a rookie and had some big plays, over 100 rushing yards, 22 carries. Brady was able to depend on him. And, the Buccaneers record was started off real bad. They lost about 3 or 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
Won the last 2 in a row. But Tom Brady's numbers are still there. He's still a top 3 passer in the NFL.
Yeah.
So he getting the production there. They banged up at receiver with Julio and Gage being hurt. Don't know if they're going to play game in, game out. Wentz looked like he turning the corner and coming back from that ACL finally and progressing. So, as they get healthier, they're going to get better,
You know what's crazy?
What's that, bro?
They top of the NFC South right now.
Yeah, they 5-5.
Yeah, I mean, 500 to get you in.
And Tom Brady, just like Aaron Rodgers, they know they've been in it so long. They know what it takes to win that division. So that's why they know the games are so important. So and that's why the Packers went all out.
Yeah,
and the Bucs went all out.
Most important, I feel like they know how to endure a season. Like with you being that experience in the NFL and being that much of a veteran, like 15 years plus, you done seen it all. Like Sweat said,
it's not over yet.
Experiences, so it's week 8, week 9, and we got a losing record, or we, 2 games under 500, we can battle back from this and flip it and understand it's a whole half a season left.
And if anybody can inspire you on a football team, I would, and Joe has a huge point, I would think it would be Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If anybody can think, if you think you thought you was in the dumps, I got Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady behind me, and they about to bring me up out of that. You know what I'm saying? Big question, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Over the weekend, we saw, like we mentioned, Jeff Saturday get his first win as a head coach. You know what I'm saying? So this is a question for the audience too. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, like we always say to the podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, Jeff Saturday He's a member of the Ring of Honor in Indianapolis. I believe he's already in the Hall of Fame. Played behind one of the best quarterbacks to ever put on shoes. We're talking about Peyton Manning. Well, played in front of Peyton Manning because he played center. So that means Peyton Manning and him are very personal because, the quarterback and the center have a very personal relationship.
Too early.
Right. They have a very personal relationship. Like, who would y'all like to see be a head? Who could you imagine an ex-player going back to their number one team and being the head coach? I'm going to Joey first. Joey, who you got?
I'm going with prime time, man.
Wow.
Deion Sanders.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Coming back, even though he played for a plethora of teams, coming back to coach the Dirty Birds.
Wow.
Falcons.
Wow. You going to have that swag on that sideline.
Yes, sir. Stay in the South.
Okay.
Embrace the culture and of the city, of the blackest city in the
Can he
United
bring
States
Hammer
of
back?
America, one of the latest cities, you know what I'm saying? He'll bring that persona and the culture of that football team will just change, man. It'll be magical. It'll be magical, you know what I'm saying?
It would. I like that one.
I think that would be a prolific former player coming back in a coaching situation. He's already a proven, experienced coach on the college level.
That's true.
Already exceeded expectations of anybody thought he could be at a college level. You know what I'm saying? Transcending it, putting the focus back on HBCUs and making it cool again to come to HBCU, even if you're a top tier player.
Right.
Great recruiter. So I think he can do the same thing at the next level. All the NFL coaches, all the current NFL players were once college football players who were once high school football players who looked up and respected this man. So he's going to command the respect of kids, teenagers, young men, and grown athletes that's getting paid millions as well. So I think he'll be a great fit.
Damn good answer, Joey. Damn good answer, Joey. How are we going to come from behind that one?
I got one.
All right, what you got? What you got, Sway? What you got?
I just thought about it while he was saying his I feel like it should have happened. I'm all right with what happened. Mm-hmm. We got Doug Peterson. Mm-hmm. With Brian Leftwich, man.
Wow. Okay. That's off the wall right there. Okay. I like that one.
I thought it was in the bag, but Doug Peterson just slip on in there.
Right. Okay.
He doing all right. So I ain't too pressed about it. But one day I do want that to happen because I think he'll be a good asset to the team for sure. Yeah.
Okay. See, and I like where you're going with that one because everybody should know right now Brian Leftwich was the top draft pick of the Jaguars. I want to say at least 10, 12 years ago, and he put the Jaguars on their back several times. You know what I'm saying? And is now the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers. So he's got coaching experience. Mm-hmm. He's won a Super Bowl ring.
Got coaching experience with the greatest quarterback.
He got coaching experience with the greatest quarterback of all time.
That's what I thought it was going.
He got a ring. You know what I'm saying? He in my opinion, he's on that. If not the equivalent, he's on that Bieniemy, Brian Leftwich type tier. You know what I'm saying? So who gonna hire him to
do but be a head coach? He's not accomplished everything.
Right. So which black head coach or offensive minded black head coach you gonna get? Bieniemy or Brian Leftwich, man? So I like that answer, to be real with you. Yo, Jay, you got one? Who would you like ex-player to go back to their team and lead them out of the depths of despair? Maybe not the depths, but who would you like to come back?
I think that was answered by Mike Singletary at one time in my life. I was like that. I wanted it just opened that up for me, that the curiosity of how someone be like a coach, aggressive player. So I'm gonna go with London Fletcher.
Wow. Oh wow.
Say like Ray Lewis.
Wow.
Somebody like that. That's an easy one, like we were talking about before. But London Fletcher, a guy like John Randall. You know what I'm saying? Wow.
Minnesota,
real passionate. Run through a brick wall for
that. Okay, I could see him, but what Tomlin did, I could see him actually trying to tackle a player. Like, I forgot, yo. I'm sorry.
My bad.
Hey, real quick. Hey, bro. I think this had to be when they first start miking up players, boy. Y'all ever Google the YouTube the John Randall getting mic'd up? Like,
he's talking all game.
It'd be so funny.
That's how y'all remember John Randall was on the cover of Blitz back in the day.
Yeah,
that's how good he was.
John Randall was a problem.
Yeah, John Randall was definitely a problem, man. And I'm
Vikings, right?
Yeah, Vikings. And I'm gonna take you to a team that's not my team necessarily, but I remember this player being like, but I remember this player being like a problem on the defense, linebacker. I'm talking about Zach Thomas. Y'all remember the Dolphins days of Zach Thomas, and Zach Thomas was undersized. They didn't think he could play. They drafted like 2 other people to take his position, and Zach Thomas kept being a Pro Bowler. Kept being on
translate with these today's players. I'm not saying that he's like timid or he wouldn't be able to. It's just he was very just straight to business, and I think those guys are having more of an issue than the guys that can talk it and walk it.
Like Singletary.
I mean.
Can't play with him. Can't coach him.
I'd rather have 10 players.
10 players.
That man said he'd rather have 10 players. He do not want you on the team. He'd rather have 10 players on the field.
And at the time, this was Vernon Davis we were talking about. If y'all never seen, if you never seen it, y'all, Google Mike Singletary press conference on Vernon Davis. Can't win with him. Can't coach him.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Won't do it.
And a perennial Pro Bowler. Vernon Davis.
Everybody second question.
Right. Yeah.
Ain't no follow up.
No, I won't do it. No. Yeah. Vernon Davis was on fire.
But why? He can't win with him.
Right. Can't coach him. Can't run his plays. Right. That's it.
He said something about pancakes too. Is it?
Yeah, he was going.
It was funny. I'm a little hungry.
Funny.
Yeah.
Hey, and then go. What you got?
Oh no, I think I was joking at this.
This another linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Another passionate linebacker, London Fletcher, who was drafted by the Rams. Ended up playing for the Redskins for a while, man, and had a long career. But very passionate dude, man. He played in the Super Bowl. That's he actually won a Super Bowl with the Rams.
Wow, that's what's up.
Yeah, Rams too.
Greatest show on turf, baby.
And then I'm gonna keep it funky, man. Somebody I think would be cool to see on the sideline. Lots of experience, great personality now. Show enough is a bona fide homer when it comes to his team. And
Ben Roethlisberger?
No. No, I ain't gonna lie. Ben got a podcast. Ben is drunk at the house. Okay, Ben be drunk at the house. But anyway, I'm talking about Michael Strahan, bro.
Ooh, yeah.
Michael Strahan will come back and it's Michael Strahan too. You gotta keep it real. Michael Strahan is 2 totally different people. Cause when them lights come on and if he on that field, Michael Strahan a whole nother person. But when them cameras in front of Mike. Man, please, man, Michael, hold your pet kitten with his pinky. It wouldn't hurt it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, you ever seen him on Good Morning America?
Yeah.
Bro, Michael Strahan is built for being a nice guy. But I guarantee you, he get in that locker room, he going to get them boys right. I mean, it's not like the Giants need very much help at this moment, but I would like to see him out there in the locker room.
Great choice.
Yeah. And speaking of, we're gonna move forward, right? Speaking of former players going back to either their alma maters or to their old teams, let's give a big shout out to Cadillac Williams, who won his first game at Auburn over the weekend. Okay,
are we going college football?
We're going college football, baby. Yes, that's what we're gonna do now, man.
Let's talk about it.
So we had a big weekend in college football. Huge implications for that top 5 and top 6. Coach Joey, tell us what you seen, because I know you seen your boys out there going in this weekend.
Oh, man. Yeah, my boys, as in the Ohio State Buckeyes, definitely went in.
Wasn't a contest.
It was a good games all around the nation.
There was a lot of good games this weekend, to be honest with you. One of the ones I kept my eye on was that Texas TCU game, battle for Texas. And then of course,
upset.
Yeah, I was. Then of course, it's still another one. TCU has to go play Baylor this coming week. And anybody who knows me knows I'm semi Big 12 fan, Big 12 SEC. All of that Texas football used to be like top tier football all day long. It wasn't a weekend that you couldn't cut on TCU, Baylor, or Texas.
You low key got a little Texas outfit right now.
Yeah. Texas Tech. They think y'all remember that Red Raider offense? Bro, that Red Raider offense, that run and shoot was crazy, and everybody thought, man, Mike Leach has lost his mind. They'll never do that in the NFL.
I'm sure there are many instances where people say Mike
Leach has lost his mind. You right? But think about it, Jay. I know you was paying attention back then. It was people saying, man, they'll never play like that in the NFL. They never threw the ball.
I mean, he started with, that's a bad example, but he started with Ryan Leaf, and he, definitely put a lot of time in college football before him, but You know, that was his poster boy for what he was bringing to the table as far as his offense is concerned.
Yeah, and now, as you can see, all around several divisions in college football and in the pros is very similar. So over this past weekend, man, like I was saying, there was a lot of head-to-head matchups that had like implications that are going to be metric, seen going forward, going into the college football playoff. You know what I'm saying? We was talking to Joey about the Ohio State. Yes. Go ahead and get into that, bro.
All right, so I feel like it was a lot of mixture of a bunch of upsets in the country and a bunch of close games. Real quick, Ohio State would beat Indiana 56-14. CJ Stroud 5 touchdowns. Continues to add on to the Heisman worthy candidate.
Was looking like a
campaign.
Monster.
Yes, man, he the best receiver in the country, no cap. Marvin Harrison Jr. Doing some special things, 11 touchdowns on the season. Definitely in a conversation for best wide receiver in the nation. Two running backs that have crossed over the 100-yard mark as well. So we handle business with Indiana, trying to get healthy. Georgia beat the brakes off of
they
played Mississippi State
off of Mississippi
45-19. Yeah. Defense pounding the ball, typical Georgia football, man. That's basically coming along as well. Tennessee dropped 66 points. Ooh. Bounce back game. Made a statement. They trying to clamor for that, college football playoff spot. So they had a statement game blowout. But it was a couple of close games. We had the Alabama Ole Miss game,
which is of course the Nick Saban. I used to work for you, Bo. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody a lot of beef.
Right, a whole lot. Everybody knows. If not by now,
always got a job.
My boy Lane Kiffin, and I respect Lane Kiffin, okay? Because Lane Kiffin keeps it real. You know what Lane Kiffin did?
He keeps a job.
Lane Kiffin said, if I'm going to LA, I'm going to act like I'm in LA. So you know what he did? He had parties and illicit narcotics at his table, and they kicked him out and let him go. Then what he did? I think he went to Florida International or something.
Quick, had him looking good.
Had him looking real good.
Coach, bro. He a great coach.
Yeah, had him looking real good. Right. Then he get the Ole Miss. Okay.
With narcotics, send him to Florida, huh?
Yeah, like that's any better, right? But then he goes to Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying? Ole Miss has one of those fan bases where, if you like Ole Miss, there ain't nothing else. Like I can say that
it's like the Clemson of Mississippi.
Mississippi, Ole Miss. If you like Ole Miss, you don't like nothing else. You like Mississippi State, you don't like nothing else. Auburn, you don't like nothing else. And for him to go down there and to kind of bring them into prominence, was AJ Brown a part of that? Lane Kiffin first year?
No.
DK Metcalf.
They was both there together, but somebody else was the head coach now.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, maybe that was the year before.
Really just got there.
Yeah, but at the time when he stepped into, just like Coach Joey had mentioned, you know what I'm saying, Lane Kiffin is an offensive genius. I don't care who you got on that field. You could put your grandmother in a wheelchair, and we gonna get her 6 points today. All right, we gonna get your grandma 6 points today, god dog it. And Lane Kiffin is gonna do it. So, looking at something that we mentioned off camera earlier, Joe, was the closeness of these Alabama losses.
Every game, every time they play a competitive good team, it's legit a close game. You know what I'm saying? And if they win and they barely squeaking by. So, and
this is the first year that it's been happening like this on a regular basis.
It is.
And if I don't know if y'all know, this is the first year in I believe 6 years that both Alabama and Clemson won't be considered for the national championship because of their losses that they've already acquired. You know what I'm saying? Another team that I saw and I was out here, rooting for. And I'm semi disappointed.
Faces in this college football playoff, baby.
I'm semi like, you know what? I'm leaning on them. TCU, undefeated season.
I'm not leaning on
I'm not convinced yet. I don't want to.
But
shout out to TCU. Not hating, but I don't want to see y'all like a football player because
you got to show some
whoever
love.
they play gonna spank them.
Y'all remember what? Last year was Cincinnati.
Yeah, surprised.
They this year Cincinnati right now. But you know what I'm saying. But
once again, had a close game with Texas.
Once again, though, you got to remember like that Texas recruiting is
top tier right now.
I'm gonna get a 5-star here. I'm gonna throw my head over there. I'm gonna land on a 5-star player.
They getting ready for that SEC. They recruiting yeah. We're going to be in the mix in a minute with them, so we got to have these top-tier players. They're going after them real hard.
Mm-hmm. And for me, you know what I'm saying, another idea is you know, when this transfer portal mess gets cracking, and you know what I'm saying, TCU is getting, you know, more. I mean, TCU always been pretty much an acclaimed school,
competitive school,
You know what I'm saying? Big shouts out to LT. That's right, LT. Damian Thompson put him on the map. You know, the frequency of transfers will go better. Yeah, oh my God, NCAA with TCU. I'm about to sweep every time, boy. Put you in the iPhone and throw that toss right. And switch up and toss left.
Boy, that's when that toss was so deep.
Yeah, that toss used to be crazy.
The juice.
Let your player start pulsating, boy, getting in the zone.
Right, yeah, your controller start vibrating and all, man.
That home field advantage going.
Right,
it's like, coming back next year.
Like you do like a 10-yard lateral spin.
Spin past 3 people.
Yeah, NCAA is so fun. I say that more than Madden back in the day.
Big shouts out to EA. Y'all bring back the NCAA because now they got the NIL deals.
Hey man, hey, don't leave this while I talk about my boys, man.
That's right. Too. What's up? Talk about them.
That was a close game too. We played Arkansas 13-10, very defensive game.
And Arkansas has been up and down this year.
A lot of turnovers defensively. Mm-hmm. But we came up at the end.
Y'all did that.
Another game, man. Upset of the week. Number 6 Oregon going down to Washington.
Oh yeah, dang.
Number 20. Yeah, number what?
Y'all know I've been
25.
Y'all know I've been on the Bo Nix bandwagon all season.
Shout out to Andy Bunker.
Yeah, shout out to Andy Bunker.
On the Bo Nix hype train.
I've been on the Bo Nix hype train all season.
19 for 27 for 280 yards. He had a pair of touchdowns, no interceptions. He played a pretty good game. 2 running backs over 100 yards rushing for Oregon. 119 carries, 143 for Irvin, and 20 carries, 108 yards for Winnington. So they had a 1-2 punch on the offensive side, playing some good football, but their defense let up too many points. Man, Washington with 37 points. Their quarterback played a pretty good game.
Yeah, and Washington has always been like a sleeper. Washington is also a team in which, if you know anything about college football, college basketball, that little pipeline of, you know, California, Oregon, players, Portland. You know, they get some players. So even though we might not be on that side of the country, over there in that Pac-10 country, boy, it's a different thing. You know, so Washington State.
They made the college football playoff one year one time.
Like
Washington.
Like 4 years ago. I want to say back when Jake Locker was out there keeping it 1,000. Jake Locker was out here.
They got beat down, but
Josh Allen.
They've been around for a little while.
Yeah, they've been around for a little while. So big shouts out to Washington for putting on.
Yeah, they basically knocked Oregon out of the college football playoff talks because they was 6, knocked them out, and making it real strong for SEC to have 2 teams, whether it be Tennessee, LSU, Georgia. Combination.
We about to spread it out this time. We about to spread it out this time. Hey man, just keep it real, man. Clemson, unfortunately, not going to the college playoff right now.
Yeah, they number 9 right now.
Yeah, and you know it's
a lot still left. It's a lot of
football left. It's a lot of football left, and the thing is,
okay, happen.
And the thing is, you know, when I was looking at it, you know what I'm saying, over the weekend. I mean, I think that was Saturday. I want to say that was Saturday. You know what I'm saying? The competition level between like Louisville and Clemson was so up and down, but of course Louisville didn't really start putting on to close to the third quarter. You know what I'm saying? DJ Uiagalelei, I don't know. He's got
get a bell for saying that.
What's the problem with them?
He's got listen. Let's talk. Let's keep it 1,000. Dabo Swinney is a genius in his own right. Okay, and I'm gonna give Coach Dabo, you get your flowers from me today. Okay, I've never heard somebody talk negative about him, white, black, Indian, whatever. And he does an awesome job about it.
I heard
I've never heard nothing negative about it. But I've heard that he does a great job leading those young men. Now, right now, it looks like they're having trouble with competing with higher tier offenses when they're on the field, because Clemson normally is a machine offensively.
High tier.
If they have to score with you, they'll be able to score with you. Know what I'm saying?
But they're not stopping nobody from scoring.
Yeah.
This is one of the few episodes of life where like somebody scored less than 20 seconds.
Didn't they lose their defensive coordinator?
They lost their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator.
They lost both.
Brent Venables, he the head coach at Oklahoma. He kind of struggling this year. And then the offensive coordinator, he the head coach at Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, changes across the board at key positions, offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. Yeah. If we being honest, Venables Ben was a head coach for the last couple of years. Comes to paying him like top dollar head coach money to be the defensive coordinator because they know how valuable he is. But a program job came available that he couldn't turn down, and a prestigious job at Oklahoma.
And this Oklahoma too.
That. But yeah, I think the ACC is catching up to them. Shout out to North Carolina, UNC. They on a team on the
that was a close game too.
Up and up, yeah, they had a close game
against Wake Forest.
Against Wake Forest, who's not a slouch in football. They playing some good football, and then you got Florida State, the reemergence of them a little bit. You know, they like 6-3, so they coming along. So the ACC finally is having some competition for Clemson. You know what I'm saying? Like Clemson just been molly-whopping everybody for the last 5-6 years. We questioning how even tangible the ACC should be in football talks at conferences. You know what I'm saying?
Because they've been on the bottom of the barrel.
Worst Power 5 conference as far as competition. So the competition catching up to them. Loss of the player, loss of the coaches and defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator coaches, and then the recruiting is taking a little hit, in my opinion. Ain't getting those top tier elite wide receivers like they have been getting in the past.
They got a Shipley boy. I seen that Shipley boy jump over somebody.
He the running back. Yeah, he the running back. But
you know, like them Shipley boys. You got a Shipley boy.
Like when you think of at Clemson, wide receiver wise, when you think of how prolific Sammy Watkins was, how prolific Mike Williams was, how prolific DeAndre Hopkins was.
D-Hop.
They don't have that.
They don't have that right now.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? They don't have one of those
right now. Yeah,
that's what they're really missing. Right?
It's in and it's probably in the developmental stages. And you make a great point, Joey, which is also why we out here in the transfer portal with Dabo Sweetie when it comes to this.
They better got to get in that transfer portal more.
And they coming up next week, man. Jay, they go see your boys. They out here playing the U. It's crazy, and we not gonna get into the U. We're not gonna get into the U season right now.
We do got a lot of key matchups though.
Yeah, come on, next week.
We got TCU going against Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they trying to keep the number 4 spot in the college playoff. And we got number 1 Georgia against Kentucky.
Oh yeah,
that's might be a good one.
Yeah, that's a team. That
Kentucky always is like one of them sleepers. Like get a team messed up.
They got beat by Vanderbilt last week though. That was a shocker. Yeah. Having a little down year.
And then we gonna keep it in the SEC. We got number 5 Tennessee against South Carolina. Maybe, South Carolina's home,
That should be I think Tennessee gonna mollywop them, but
they probably will mollywop them.
It'll be nice if South Carolina can compete with them. I think the underrated game of the week for next week, I think Utah number 10 Utah coming to play number 12 Oregon. That's gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one.
I got one that's kind of like I think is possibly a sleeper for the coming week. I believe Michigan is playing Illinois.
Yes.
Illinois. Yeah, Illinois is always Illinois is always one of those. If you're not paying attention, it's 21 points. I'm talking about like every time I watch an Illinois game, Illinois and Syracuse is always one of them funny teams that when they play.
Teams.
Yeah, you look
it's
up.
Always the orange team.
Right, you look up and they got 21 points and you don't know how. You don't know the quarterback. You don't know the wide receivers. Nothing. But
and it's always on TV.
Right, it's always the games that they play on TV. That they mess around and they get 27-28. So I'm looking forward to that because you know what I'm saying, Michigan up there right now looking really nice.
Yeah,
I mean, I ain't saying nothing to you about that, Joe.
Big game.
Yeah,
we about to smoke them, man. All they got is Blake Corum.
Yeah.
They play defense. They got Blake Corum. They really don't throw the ball like that. Quarterback, I'm scouting them already.
Yeah.
The quarterback got 14 touchdowns, 20 receptions on the season. They ain't throwing like how they was throwing.
No. And they switched out the one that runs.
They done.
They switched out the one that runs. The one I can't think of my man's name. The second string quarterback for Michigan is the one that's athletic.
Okay.
They got the one that actually throws the ball in there right now.
And I don't know if it's a name for this game. I'm gonna just say battle for LA team, USC versus UCLA.
Oh
should
man,
be interesting.
Yeah.
That's
USC is number 7 right now.
And of course, you know what I'm saying, USC made a big Southern King.
Sneak in there.
Yeah, USC made that big coaching change.
They just need they don't really got a team to beat to make them seem more.
Can they play in the conference championship?
Pac-10.
If they number 7, they didn't play to play in the conference championship, so it depends on who they have to play in the conference championship. But they top. I think it was Utah over there. Utah, Oregon over there.
So Utah's number 10.
Yeah, Utah number 10, Oregon number 12. So if USC win against UCLA convincingly, in the future Ohio State and Michigan got to play each other.
And then like
the SEC
LSU or
championship,
Tennessee lose.
LSU, somebody, one of them two teams got LSU got to play with Georgia, so one of them got to lose. So somebody, if the right things happen, USC could find themselves sneaking in there. It's gonna be the most controversial year ever for who get that fourth spot.
Cool. This is gonna be the year that they say 3 years from now.
They need to do it next year. They need to expedite that.
This is gonna be the year that they make it. They say 3 years from now we're gonna get 12 teams.
It's a lot. 12 teams is a lot.
Yeah.
It's just that they want it a little bit sooner. Then I think 2025 they talking about.
And of course, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna keep it funky. You know what I'm saying. We got that Missouri Tennessee game. I didn't see Missouri taking such a big L.
I did. The boys mad.
Such a big L. Yeah. Okay.
And Hooker is a Heisman candidate.
Man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, out here throwing around the ball.
A hell of a performance.
So it's a lot going on in terms of this week, next week. College football, we're going to keep our eyes on that. You know what I'm saying? Coach Joey going to make sure he checks in with us about these Buckeyes. But something that we know is coming up right now, or that's going on right now that we got to get to, the NBA season is live and well right now, man. I'm telling you.
I'm sad over here, but I'm watching the other teams.
Okay. So we might as well get right into it question-wise, okay? So what is our biggest surprise from this far into the NBA season? How about you, Sweat? You can give us your surprise.
I'll say the Trailblazers being number 1 in the Western Conference.
Wow, yeah.
Shout out to Jay, man.
Throw something up for Portland, man.
Shout out to Jay, man.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying, Jay, man. With your team being one of those like
the Summer League champs,
Summer League champs emerging at the top of their division now. Hey, man, Summer League is a lot. You know what I'm saying? So emerging at the top of it. Yeah, exactly. They're emerging right now in the Western Conference. You know what I'm saying? Dame Dollar, like seriously though, Dame is doing Dame time stuff at the beginning of the season instead of at the end. Man, how you feel about that right now, bro?
Just mainly being a leader, showing how much of a leader he can be.
That's dope.
I've seen him celebrating on multiple occasions, which a lot to celebrate about. These days from game to game, but he's in street clothes with the rest of the team, pointing at the guy like, "Look at this guy." You know what I'm saying? Look at him. Look at.
Oh yeah, he looked like a coach on the side, like when he wasn't playing.
You shining, man. And it's you can see it's rubbing off on everybody.
I like.
He low-key might be a coach after he's done.
Everybody's happy for each other.
Right. I like that.
They gel well. It's just energy you see it generates on the bench, man. It all comes off the bench with you got Grant out there doing what he's doing. It's just a lot, man. And
to be real with you, bro, like I like that fact. You got a lot of young players in Portland, and they a lot of them look up to Dame. So to get that big up from him, it probably means a lot to them, man. And big shouts out to Grant from coming from Detroit.
Do you ever just wonder? My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
You ever wonder, like, say for instance, you start over right now with LeBron. What would it take for him to win? You know your favorite player. You know what Tatum right now, what kind of help he would need to win.
Yes.
So that's what it's about. Like being a good pro is knowing, like, look, just give me this. Just give me this and I can win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give me some young dudes. Give me a Shaden Sharp, give me a Nazir Little, give me some dogs like GP.
That's some dogs. That's what it is.
Give me Anthony. And it's that's all I need. All I need is some shooters and some dogs. And you got to go out there. You know what to tell your team.
And I'm gonna give credit what credit's due. I don't think people talking about Chauncey Billups.
Oh, Chauncey Billups.
New head coach, replace Terry Stotts. He gets fired,
and
then you replace him with Chauncey Billups and give Chauncey a season. Unfortunately, last year Dame been basically banged up the whole year, so of course the season gonna be a wash. Didn't make the playoffs last year from one of the.
He missed 2 weeks throughout this.
Yeah, so that show you the depth.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Of it. So basically, leadership under Chauncey Billups, man. Coach of the year candidate so far because the West is stacked. And
stacked.
You got them young boys playing out there in Portland, man.
I'm with that. And right now, I think it's one of them times when, the changing of the guard happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to get rid of the old Portland. The old Portland, get that out of here. Let's get that new Portland going in. And of course, the nucleus, the heart, the brain, the arm, the leg, arm, head.
The dollar guy.
We got Dame Dollar, man. So big ups to him. Yo, Joe. your biggest surprise from the season so far, man? What's up?
I was tapping in the last episode, and talking about the Utah Jazz. Yeah, man, Utah Jazz and how they playing pretty special right now. That's
10-6, man. 10-6 in the West, looking like third.
Pleasant surprise after trading away 2 superstars, 2 of your best top 5 franchise players in history, and Rudy Gobert and Donovan Spider Mitchell. Trade them away, get a plethora of picks, but nobody thought you got some great key players too. I didn't know that those players were going to gel and mesh that quick together under
nobody
tutelage at coaching. We talking about new head coaches who getting the job done. Utah with a first year head coach, replacing Quinn Snyder. He's coaching these guys, and they have like 4 or 5 players averaging double figures. Led by Markkanen.
Lloyd Markkanen. He out
he's
here.
Putting up some
he got
all-star
he got a brother too. His brother's out here killing him.
He younger?
Yeah, he got a little brother coming out too.
Okay, yeah. So man, they got Sexton from Cleveland in the trade. He playing pretty good. You got Conley, veteran leadership, still leading them. Crafty, locker room presence. Got some 3-point shooters.
And you got the OG. You got the OG Jordan Clarkson out here representing. You know what I'm saying?
He playing good too. Yeah.
Representing. You know what I'm saying?
Big minutes too, man.
To Golliff. You know what I'm saying? So he out here representing the whole. Two mixed people out here. You know what I'm saying? I like Jordan Clarkson. He's been doing it big. And then let's see who else I'm taking about. They got Malik Beasley from Minnesota. Okay, Rudy Gay, who seems to never go away for some odd reason. Taylor Horton Tucker. I like Taylor Horton Tucker. He's always been out here.
Rudy Gay is a grandpa from The Simpsons. Still playing.
They got Kelly Olynyk. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know that. They got Azubuike. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Udoka Azubuike?
Yep.
From Kansas, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
He gonna be big on in the long run, because of course they got him on a 2-way contract as of right now. But they got Ochai Agbaji. And Ochai Agbaji was like, I want to say on the Nigerian national team, if I'm not mistaken. He was out here giving the Team USA over the summer numbers. So I mean, they have depth on their roster, and I really
Rudy Gay,
and Rudy Gay,
Taylor Horton Tucker,
hey
boy,
they got depth on their roster, so I really like that.
Dang, Lakers.
You know what I'm saying? one of the ones that I like, and I think I kind of alluded to it a little bit. I'm liking this Denver vibe right now, man. I can't even lie to you.
Which your number 2?
Right now we got Nikola Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Last year's MVP. We looking like, okay, Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. 2 years in a row pretty much ended their seasons with injuries. And, you know what I'm saying, I think Michael Porter Jr. came back a little too early on his last year, of course, because he does want to play. But when you got that, I think if y'all watch the show, I remember Jay talking about, players, that 3 guard player, that 3 position being, tall, lanky, athletic, can defend. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what you're getting out of Michael Porter Jr. And we can't even talk about Jamal Murray. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of Kentucky, one of the best ball handling guards and shooting point guards that we had seen in the draft in a few years. Yeah. And I remember him lighting it up in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? And he was putting on a SHOW. So I'm looking forward to, Nikola Jokic not necessarily having to shoulder the whole entire load
offensively. Scoring wise.
Yeah, scoring wise.
And facilitating.
Because that was pretty much what I think wore them out when they got into the playoffs and the playing game. Like, Jokic had been doing everything for so long. It wore down on him. So
and you can tell with his stats, when you go look at his points per game this year, he averaging only like 21 points this year. And he's because the other teammates are scoring. He got Jamal Murray averaging 16 points this year. Right. He back scoring. Shout out to the most underrated, one of my most favorite player that's underrated, Bones Highland for the Denver Nuggets.
Highland, his game was out here.
He averaging 14 points this year. So they not running Jamal Murray in the hole neither, because he fresh off an injury.
Right.
Being out for a very long time with back-to-back injuries and seasons, you know what I'm saying? They got a point guard running mate, so he don't have to play.
So he don't have to run it down some. Yeah, they don't have to do that.
He can play 24, 25. They can load manage. They can game manage him in real time, so he can last this whole season to be in the
playoffs,
to help Joker when it all matters in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
And 2 players I want to highlight real quick, and one of them has been around for a long time, and y'all know I'm a Celtic fan, so I'm gonna bring him up. I'm talking about my man Uncle Jeff Green, still in the league. went from being
solid player for
solid bench player. You know what I'm saying? Still shooting. And then we gonna talk. And then Aaron Gordon. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Gordon, the almost possibly could have been dunk champion 2 years running, has come out and shown us that, you know what I'm saying, when he's in a proper environment, you know what I'm saying, he can get into his bag, as the kids say. Somebody who's developed their game. I'm talking about from being just an athlete. You know, I'm gonna get in there, I'm gonna dunk on everybody, I'm gonna get to the hole. Nah, he is out here shooting at a high clip going from last season to this season. And I really like the development of Aaron Gordon, especially when he doesn't have to be the focal point of an offense. You know what I'm saying? He can kind of concentrate on defense. He can concentrate on rebounding. And, you know what I'm saying? And in the end, also on the back end, you know, all he got to do is, you know, get a couple open corner threes. And that's the big part of his game that he didn't have before. Aaron Gordon could not, in Orlando, shoot the ball. Aaron Gordon? Heck no.
Some dunks, some putbacks.
Right, yeah, that's about it. But now, you know what I'm saying? He definitely can get that corner three that you need at a key point in time. Big surprise from a rookie class. Paolo Banchero.
Okay, your boy.
That's your boy.
Right. I told y'all Orlando was gonna come up eventually. You know what I'm saying? Another addition that they did, you know what I'm saying? They got Bol out there playing like he done lost his mind. Bol out here getting 18 points and 13 rebounds, playing the 4 position. And then they letting Paolo Banchero do a lot of the ball handling from the 3 or the 4 position as well. And a lot of players can't keep up with him. You know, Jay, as someone who watches a lot of college basketball, did you see Paolo Banchero coming out?
Man, don't give him no deep question.
I wanted him to be objective. See, I didn't want to ask you because you wasn't going to be objective. I want an objective answer. Did you see?
You think this was going to be objective?
Won't do it. Can't do it.
Okay, so who saw Paolo Banchero? I'll leave it open to the table.
I'd rather have 4 UNC players.
Who saw Paolo Banchero being this good coming out of basically 8 months of college basketball? And then
You saw it?
Yeah, I did. I ain't gonna lie. I saw it as soon as they picked him. I said, yeah, they like Paolo.
I did.
They picked him number 1.
Yeah,
forming him. I mean, hey,
you know,
nobody thought he was gonna go number 1 either.
I did. No, yeah, nobody thought he was gonna be number 1. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you this real quick.
God did.
My boy is stupid. I think it's a lot. It got to do with that skill set that he couldn't show in college.
I think he did.
Tell me why, Jay.
Nobody could guard him 1-on-1. Nobody was able to guard him 1-on-1 in college. I want to say with
shout
us,
out Armando.
Yeah, like we do a lot of boxes around him. That was the way to go at him. Was the box, like a box. So like a box 1, but
and then we say box 1, we talking about defensive in college basketball.
You basically either you having a point guard cheating. This is something that this is terminology, and I ain't trying to be nothing, but I've been there for a certain reason.
Yeah, right, dope.
But Carolina uses different like type of like terminology when it comes to certain plays. So we got 4 corners. That's way old. We won't talk about that.
Right.
What we're gonna go in is one in box. Basically, where you got a point guard, they do different things. Where that point guard got out of blitz from top, which is either going to the corners, which is a trap, or taking them full court. Like I said, there's so many different aspects of it, or
a lot of variations.
Letting it when we got somebody like a big man or somebody who's on the inside. As soon as they try to drop it down, you just blitz them. Especially when you got a point guard or a guard that can't shoot.
Right,
you don't have to worry about that. That's why you see Carolina like really kind of fading in a lot of 3-point or perimeter defense, because they were so used to cheating,
right,
trapping,
right.
Well, they didn't have to worry about perimeter defense.
Yeah,
it's been going on for years because like the culture just wasn't about that, because they were so used to trapping and getting the ball. Yeah, so
now you got to play perimeter defense because everybody want to shoot.
Right now, yeah. So I mean, but as far as him, yeah, you couldn't guard him. Yeah, and you had to run that around him. We had to get everybody involved to play like team defense on him. Nobody guard him 1-on-1. That's a good. time.
And to keep it real, man, to be funky with you, you know what I'm saying, the stat line he's putting up hasn't been produced since players like Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, Magic Johnson, because he also is getting assists.
He's also playing on the Magic.
Yeah, he's also playing on the Magic, man. But I mean, you know, and listen. I mean, I'm just. Yeah, I mean, listen.
Somebody got to do it.
Green light. Yeah. I mean, he got the green light.
At game one of your NBA career, you got a green light.
You got a green light. Like, you know, you got a lifetime green light as long as you in Orlando.
But shout out
somebody else come there.
Shout out to his numbers: 23.5 points per game, 8 rebounds, 3 assists.
Oh wow!
Almost averaging a block and a steal per game. So man, yeah, he's making a case for rookie of the year.
And look at this now, and I'm gonna keep it funky. These are all names we all know, and I forgot that they was playing for Orlando right now. Okay, they got Franz Wagner. Okay, the other Mo Wagner's little brother. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Then we got Jalen Suggs. Okay, we know what Jalen Suggs put on last year for the rookie year. My man Markelle Fultz, Mr. Yips, who forgot how to shoot. Jonathan Isaac,
change that man.
Jonathan Isaac, who did not take a knee, and then the ancestors took a knee from John. Now,
woman got that man shot somewhere.
Yeah, but see, Jonathan Isaac last year, Jonathan Isaac didn't take a knee, and then the ancestors took a knee from Jonathan Isaac. I don't know if y'all remember that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember Mo Bamba? I got home. Yeah, Mo Bamba.
A bunch of big men,
right? Wendell Carter Jr. The Wendell Carter. Here he goes, another big man.
You got a bunch of Noels.
Got to be 6'10" or better,
right?
You got a bunch of Noels.
Cole Anthony, another one. Shout out to
UNC Shawty. UNC Shawty.
Yeah, he's irrelevant.
They got Terrence Ross,
Duncan Sims in the dunk contest.
All right.
Barely. Took him 10 times.
I didn't do it. They got Gary Harris. I forgot all about Gary Harris. Caleb Houston, Admiral Schofield. I forgot all about Admiral Schofield. Y'all remember Admiral Schofield?
Shout out to Greg Anthony. I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, sound like some players that's gonna be sitting on the back of the bench.
But listen, if you look at it, right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 6 players that's 6'10" or better. At least 6.
Who's gonna? Never mind.
Who gonna shoot?
Nah, I mean, you got Mr. Green Light. Like, that's
Terrence Ross.
It don't matter who else is there.
Terrence Ross. I forgot all about Terrence Ross.
Let's get somebody to bring
You still plays?
Yeah. Terrence Ross step out the gym now.
Yeah.
Terrence Ross step out the gym.
Yeah, jumping out the gym ain't going.
That's true.
But yo, you know what I'm saying? So Rito, big shouts out to the beginning of the season. And like one more thing we're gonna touch on real fast. Eastern Conference.
Oh yeah, we ain't say nothing about the East.
Eastern Conference real quick.
Loaded.
Let's say
Atlanta.
I'm about to say it's this obvious choice right here. Your other team, your East Coast team, Jay. The Atlanta Hawks.
That's my surprise.
Check out the hat.
Yeah, your Atlanta Hawks. We talking about
Hawks hat.
The big trade for DeJounte Murray from the Spurs.
Right.
It's started to be paying dividends. They look like they've been boys for a long time. Tell me about that, Jay.
That's the only thing that's different, man. He brings a different type of like aspect to the team, man, as far as his guard play. Not just guard play. He's able to bring the ball up. He's able to play perimeter defense, inside defense. He can get in the lane.
Mm-hmm. He definitely get in the lane.
Hey, he can fight if he has to.
Right, he can jaw. He can steal off.
Yeah. Speaking of, what is his name?
Oh man, yeah. DeJounte got beef, ain't it? Don't he?
I'm sorry for bringing that up.
I just want him to make it through like halfway through the season without a fight.
Right.
Without a fight, we in good shape, but just in toughness, like you don't hear that much when you talk about a guard. Guard play.
Take him and John Collins against who?
You know what? Until we got to go against Embiid. Okay. I not saying that he just shuts down. He just clambers up, so to say. He just can't do nothing with Embiid.
John Collins?
JC, John Collins. He can't. He can't. He got his little, get a little dunk here, a little this and that. But man, I think Embiid average is like 34 or better.
And let's keep it a buck. Y'all seen Joel Embiid go 59 on Utah?
Crazy.
59. I swear it was like 59, 12, and 8 on Utah.
Yeah, he was in
and 7 blocks.
And 7 blocks.
Yeah, the immaculate.
You know, we thought Lloyd Marketing was good until we put Joel Embiid in front of him. And Joel Embiid, I was watching the highlights, man, and it's crazy how the game has progressed. And my dad, you know what I'm saying, shouts out to my pops who's a huge Knicks fan. We ain't gonna talk about the Knicks right now though. You know what I'm saying?
Knicks in the playoffs right now.
I mean, they in the playoff hunt. But the whole thing is to watch a center put on a display of moves that you would see a guard put on big men as well. I'm talking about cross, tween, step back, hezzy, and drop them. That is unheard of. And the thing is, I want to say, I was looking at the stats. It was like 37 to like 42% of Embiid's points was not in the paint. Crazy.
Just go from all over the place, man.
Yeah,
Flat 24 hours, he had 101 points.
101 points?
Yeah.
So
performance.
I bet you Shaq having a baby about that, though.
I mean, yeah, for real.
Shaq like that.
No, he does not. Shaquille O'Neal is not with that. I do not condone any of that. On the real talk, though, he's going. I think he's going for he's going at the MVP's neck with this type of performance that he's been putting on. So
I know he feel like he still got robbed last year with Joker winning it back to back. You know, after he had a sensational year and beat himself. So
I mean,
he's trying to separate. I think he's paying attention to the numbers. He's seeing that. Look, Joker got more help, so his numbers gonna decline. He making sure that his numbers are gonna stay the same or either go higher.
Because we just don't need to see James Harden into the playoffs, and even in the playoffs, we don't need to see James Harden because James Harden just doesn't show up. I love James Harden, man.
He's becoming a disappointment. And speaking of disappointments, we talk about good teams and surprises. Let's transcend to the NBA. Like it's a lot of disappointments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
popping out of me. Miami not in the playoffs right now. They struggling a little bit.
They looking to make a trade. They looking to make a trade. Miami is on the Lowski Woski. They're talking about being tied into trading for Julius Randle from the Knicks.
Okay. To pair with Bam down low.
Yeah, I saw that.
That would be where they missing another person with him.
Yeah, because I mean, Bam can't do it all by himself,
and that rookie got some time to develop.
He's a semi-undersized.
They need somebody right now.
Center, power forward. So, and Julius Randle is exactly what the NBA is made for right now. Inside, outside, shoot the ball, can dribble, can handle, and is left-handed.
Yeah,
he gained confidence with the Knicks.
Yeah, and the thing is, right now, I love the Knicks. You know what I'm saying?
Bully. So
Jalen Brunson. Yeah, he fit in exactly. I'm about to say Jalen Brunson and RJ and Julius Randle. I don't know if that's working out right now, but that's just my opinion. But you know what is working?
What?
The Celtics is working right now, baby. I ain't gonna lie.
Number one Celtics.
I ain't gonna tell you no stories, boy.
Tatum
good.
He talking about MVP players.
Tatum look good.
It's crazy right now.
Jaylen Brown look good. Okay. I wish we had. What's my man name that got hurt because he got hurt right at the beginning of the season.
Not Malcolm Brogdon.
No.
Okay, so because
I'm talking about from Atlanta though.
From Atlanta.
It's
3-point shooter.
Three-point shooter.
Kevin Huerter?
Nah. Hurter's in the
Gallinari.
key. Gallinari got hurt. I would have loved Gallinari to be healthy right now. And you know what?
They got Blake Griffin, right?
Yeah, but Blake Griffin is having a resurgence in his season.
And Horford down low, got the KG veterans,
right? And they doing, and the thing is, and I saw a stat line on the Bleacher Report. The top 3 charge takers from last season, all on one team: Marcus Smart, Al Horford, and Blake Griffin.
Wow.
Okay.
So we playing defense now. We
play defense.
Playing defense.
I think y'all got one of the top 2 deepest rosters in the league. Y'all Cleveland, like y'all had the top 2 deepest rosters from 1 through 12 that can really play, give you quality minutes. Mm-hmm. And the difference maker is that point guard position. Marcus Smart got some help with Malcolm Brogdon.
Right.
Another tenacious defender, big guy. Going out a ball hog, want to facilitate, not looking to score first. So. Led by Tatum and Jaylen Brown, 1-2 punch.
Mm-hmm. And they look dangerous too.
Shout out to y'all interim coach, man, who might
end up being a real coach. I mean,
if y'all don't keep him as the head coach, somebody else gonna hire him as a head coach.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 though. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. When we were talking about the season starting last week or so. We didn't know that the firing of Steve Nash was going to happen.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they were talking about what was going on with Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka was linked to the Brooklyn Nets for a coaching hire. Ime Udoka looked at the situation and said, I'm just going to sit out this year. And I think Ime Udoka is possibly going to stay with Boston and, just sit out a year. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like he ain't got no money. Ain't like it's not like he need to focus on other things like his relationship with his wife. Well, we're not going to get into that. It's his personal life. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I think Ime Udoka is going to come back and it's really going to be a problem when that happens because we're going to have the coach that put us on the map defensively back. Another team, man, on the East Coast looking like something. We ain't even talk about it quite yet. We got to talk about Cleveland, bud.
Yeah.
Got to talk about Cleveland.
Spider playing some crazy basketball right now.
Hey, listen.
Numbers are crazy.
And I was, I was thinking, and if you a basketball fan, sports fan like us, then y'all remember this press conference. Y'all remember Joakim Noah? Or when he was playing for the Bulls?
Talking about
he was like,
Brian Hader,
he was like, yeah. When is the last time somebody said they wanted to go to Cleveland?
Brian Hader, man.
Yeah, I've never heard somebody say they want to spend their summer vacation in Cleveland. But anyway, it made me think of that. So right now we got something worth seeing in Cleveland once again. You know what I'm saying? The Spider Mitchell trade took place.
That's the best part about it.
The Spider Mitchell trade took place. Oh my God, the crowd went wild. The Cube is alive again. Sweat, as our resident used to be Cleveland fan. Tell us how you feel right now as they are progressing into the season.
I feel like LeBron's trying to work a trade to get back to Cleveland.
Fan.
You hear what I said? Yeah.
I know. Hey, if he could get traded, I bet you that's the one place I do want to go.
He'll go back home. Yeah, he'll go back home and finish his career.
Imagine him and Spider, bro.
Imagine him, Spider, and his son in a year. What?
They're gonna have to give up Garland and a bunch of them.
They're gonna have to give up everybody. God,
cute.
I feel like the Lakers brass kind of want to trade him too because they know this the last year you can get a haul for him.
They can you know what I'm saying? Rejuvenate the Lakers.
But man, look, Donovan Mitchell, man, like I said, highest points per game average in his career right now, 31.6 points, 6.1 assists, 4.7 rebounds, averaging 1.4 steals. So he's getting it done on the defensive side too. Mitchell with MVP caliber performance through the first 12 games of the season right now, first 12, 13 games for them. Playing good. Interesting fact about Cleveland Cavaliers, 5 players in double digits.
Wow.
5 players in double digits.
5.
Donovan averaging 31.
Wow.
Darius Garland averaging 21. Whoa. Evan Mobley, young rookie, great player, sophomore season. Coming up, young player, 14.8 points. Jared Allen. This is Jared Allen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He averaging 14.
With the fro.
He averaging 14. You got Curtis LeVert averaging 13.8, and you got Kevin Love averaging 12 points. Look, man, player after player can get it done. Then, so like I said, right along with y'all, that's the deepest teams in the league. And
right.
Oh, hey, guess who right under them?
Who?
The Wizards.
Wow,
that's surprising.
No, it's actually not surprising. The Wizards always got like this, like what I want to call.
They're not always there.
They got a battery. They got
a Bill finally healthy.
The Wizards got what I like to think of as like a battery pack season. Like when you put a battery in your controller and it work good, real good, and in some way it starts slowing down. You start hitting the A button, it don't work. You gotta tap the back of the controller and turn the batteries over, put them in the freezer, put them back out. That's what I think about of the Wizards, man. But I'm a Bradley Beal fan, a huge Bradley Beal fan.
And all the teams want him, but he just he went for the bag.
Lillard, they stay home, stay loyal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they stay.
Gonna forever be legends in their cities.
Yeah, he built a large
franchise players, and then the franchise rewarding them with the biggest bags ever in NBA history.
All right, the only other person that could compete with Bradley Beal's esteem in the DC DMV area really is John Wall, and John Wall is out there living that life for the Clippers right now.
Who not in the playoffs?
Who not in the playoffs? Right, but
one of the disappointments.
And we gonna get to that too.
Kind of, because it still is.
Yeah, it still got some time left. We gonna get to that. You know what I'm saying? In terms of what they got going on in Cleveland, though, I want to give a big shout out to my dog, my homie, one of my friends and allies, man. Kevin Love, man, having a resurgence in his career right now. I don't know if y'all remember when Kevin Love used to be the beast in the West. I'm talking about the one lone
Timberwolves. The numbers.
Talking about double, shoot three, back it down, hit you with a post move, left
20,
hand, right
20,
hand,
30-20.
Yeah, 30-20.
Crazy.
The whole floor.
Okay.
All over the floor.
And he looked like a totally different man now. You know what I'm saying? And he's admitted to changing his diet.
And he was going through
mental
issues. Yeah, and he also was one of the original players during the last 5-6 years to publicly advocate for you know what I'm saying, mental health awareness. And I want to give a big shout out to Kevin Love, because I think that's one of the things that, although we very rarely touch on as a society, especially when it comes to our athletes, that's a big thing.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that's putting that in the forefront, because that's definitely something that we wouldn't be talking about if they weren't doing that.
Right. But Kevin Love said, man, look, I'm gonna shoot threes and lose weight. Now look at me, motherfucker. Anyway, so and going forward, you know what I'm saying, last but not least, the disappointment for me right now is the Minnesota Timberwolves. That trade, like we were talking about, you know, Spider Mitchell ends up going to Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Then we got the Frenchman, the Stifle Tower, going to Minnesota, which gave Karl Anthony Towns the ability to not the ability, but the prowess to not have to stand in the paint and to shoot threes. But it's looking a little. It's looking like the offense is, you know how you
stagnant.
You know how you put the
two bigs down low, blocking the lane, clogging the lane.
And that's the thing. They're not even doing that. They basically leaving Rudy, when they doing it, they leaving Rudy Gobert in the paint or in the painted area, and having Karl Anthony Towns everywhere but in the paint. Karl Anthony Towns be everywhere but in the paint. And that's not a knock for him, because of course y'all remember last year Karl Anthony Towns did win the 3-point shooting contest, so the brother does have a jumper. But
part of his bag.
It's part of his bag. But you know what I'm saying, Rudy Gobert was there to do one thing and one thing only: block shots. Why did I see your Rudy Gobert 3-point attempt the other night on the highlight? Why? Somebody please tell me. Ant-Man. Okay, we got Ant-Man up here.
He don't want to dunk no more.
No, he don't. He talking about not even he don't want to dunk no more. He wants to not follow what I would think would be a professional lifestyle. Okay, we got the leader, Karl Anthony Towns, out here was on a post game press conference, having a conversation, and they brought up the fact that Anthony Edwards was clowning about eating Popeye chicken. He loved Popeye chicken. Okay, so let me tell you something.
I had some Popeye.
You know, I'm about to say, you know,
the Popeye chicken, man.
I don't know if y'all know, but
I don't know what extra spice y'all put in that chicken.
Yeah, listen, I don't know if y'all
it's
know.
The Louisiana hot sauce.
Your boy like to eat. You feel me? But I'm not a professional athlete.
Hey, that 4 pieces, everything.
Look at this man. Look at this man.
I'm hungry.
Stop talking about it. Anyway, so
bring back the shrimp Popeyes. What y'all doing taking the shrimp?
So my thing is this: what the whole set is, if I'm the leader, Karl Anthony Towns went up there and did the right thing. He went up there. He had his back, but he said he playing games right now. We professional athletes, we need to control what goes on in our bodies so we can perform at a higher level. That's what you want your leader to do. Check your man. Look here, your man over here. I don't think it's funny. We losing. Put the chicken down. Pick up a chicken breast that's been grilled and lightly seasoned with just salt and pepper, and get your meal prep together. You got millions of dollars. Get you a chef. Have him cook you some food. Put it in them little plastic Tupperware bowls in your refrigerator. You know how you got the refrigerator set up. Ladies do that. I don't got time for that. But you know what I'm saying? And let's eat healthy, because in reality, you know, the food is your fuel. And if you putting trash in your system, we can't go fast, bro.
You know, some of these teams, it might be coaching, you know what I'm saying? It's not always the players.
The coach is set up for the Timberwolves is possibly linked to that, but I know that they were trying. They
missed Patrick Beverly.
They missed Pat Bev.
They try to keep him in that trade.
I see that they were linked to trying to hire Jeff Van Gundy and possibly I just was thinking of Mark Jackson, but I doubt either of them are gonna come out of the booth. Yeah. To coach that. Mark Jackson. If Mark Jackson coach somebody, Mark Jackson gonna coach the Knicks. Let's keep it 1,000.
I hope, man.
I think he'll take whatever job give him an opportunity first.
Mark Jackson.
That's a good team to come in and coach now, man. So they got a bunch of talent. You know?
Mark Jackson ain't going nowhere except for like New York, dog. I really think that. I really feel that in my heart.
But hey, another disappointment in my opinion at Golden State right now at 6-8.
Is that a disappointment?
Yes, that's a disappointment. They're Golden State and they're
surprised?
6-8, bro.
Is that a disappointment though?
Absolutely.
6-8.
But like this, you said Minnesota, they got the same record. They're 6-8. It's the Warriors, who are the NBA champions.
NBA champion, best team.
Talk about
I was
play after play. That's a disappointment.
Was it
6-8?
It wasn't all that good last year because remember now Klay Thompson had to come back.
No, they still was like
they was
3
hurt
seed.
last year.
Ain't no excuse. Everybody healthy. For one, for two, I look at
except
it's 4 teams in the NBA who have not won a road game yet. The Warriors are 0-7.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Now the Lakers are 0-5 on the road. Haven't won a road game.
Mm-hmm.
The Detroit Pistons and the Orlando Magic.
What up, though, Detroit?
You know, Detroit, Orlando, they got a long ways to go. Lakers, we having a really rough year. You know what I'm saying? So for Golden State to be a team that with a lot of veterans led by Steve Kerr, who's this super duper coach in a lot of people's opinion, you're 0-7 on the road, can't win a road game. You know, you 6-1 at home, but you have to win those road games in environments against lesser teams. You still have to win those games. So they're kind of having trouble with ball distribution and rotations, and it's kind of like
distribute that ball.
Like it's kind of like what's the magic recipe right now with Wiggins and Kuminga and Wiseman and Poole emerging. You want to get him when it's Clay kind of having a little injury. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting
those
the recipe
really the
right.
two like teams like the Warriors and the Lakers are like the disappointments. The Nets, we understand the Nets because they always got something going on.
Fire
lost their
coach.
coach.
Kyrie ain't playing right now. Ben Simmons ain't scoring.
Yeah.
He's just fouling.
Everybody else is flourishing. Flourishing.
That is his job, man. I'm a rebound and foul. That's it. I'm kind of like Derek Coleman, man. I'm just gonna rebound and foul. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it moving, man. Real talk. So, big weekend in a huge part of the Rec Room Sports catalog.
It's the Rec League.
It's the Rec League, man.
Yes.
I'm sorry. It's the Rec League.
Yes.
I think we should talk about that. We're going to get into it right now.
Telling you, them standings close. Them standings tight, boy.
Sweat, man. You got that Rec League. Tell them what we look like, boy. Tell them what we look like.
Since we had a show last week, we showing the week 9 scores and the week 10 scores.
Okay.
Let me pull it up on my app right quick.
Real quick, we got RPGs against B Will. B Will won on 172 to 112.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday service as me against your boy KWhit.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy KWhit got me 165, 126.
Hey, let's go.
We got Chill Belichick. And
shout out to the sauce
and the Jack A's. Real close one. Sam got it by a hairstring. And we got Run Amok, Joey. You know what I'm saying, against the Juice. He beat him 145, 114. And then we got Cheat Code, which is Big Body. SC Inferno, which is Free Pour. Big Body got him 166 to 163. And we gonna go to this past weekend. Me, myself, and I against the Juice, Kareem. I beat Kareem 148 to 115, and we got RPGs with a big performance, 217 ooh, against Chill Belichick, which is Vito 123.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big margin.
Justin
big
Fields.
Margin. Yes, good pickup with that one, boy.
That feels commit connection.
Ooh, Lord, the boy going crazy on the field right now. And we got you 2-0, man. You guys got some green arrows going up right now.
I'm trying to get up there, brother.
142 to 137 against Freeport.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and we got Jack A's against Cheat Code. He finally got another loss, man.
Gotta have some losses.
Shout out to Sam, man. He's on the upper level too, man, with these green arrows. 185 to 130, and then we got your boy Joe. Joe climbing too with the green arrows. 119 to 116 against B Will.
I'll call it a comeback. I'm saying.
All right.
He calling it.
I'm still alive. Yeah. I'm still alive. Like, I'm trying to fight. I'm fighting to get these offs, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
But a close one with me and B Will, man. I won 119, 116. Hey, look, man, it came out of Monday Night Football. He had Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. Ooh. I had the Eagles defense, the Eagles kicker, Devontae Smith. And Devontae Smith just happened to have a big game, and AJ Brown didn't happen to do too much, and I squeaked by him. Bro. I wasn't supposed to win this week. I'm gonna keep it real.
That's dope. Hey, you did.
I wasn't supposed to win. Yeah,
you did.
But hey,
let's look up to these next
the next
week matchups for week 11.
Let's go.
I gotta play.
Getting down to the nitty gritty.
It's me against RPGs, man, and I got a
bye week.
I got a million bye weeks and injured players, but we gonna make it work.
We got 27.
Okay, like I said, like I try to say, man, the church has to go on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Hey, as long as you preaching the word and doing it right.
Right.
You saw the Hateful Eight?
Movie on Netflix with the cowboy movie in it.
That joint is good.
I saw the first part. I fell asleep though. I wanted
Quentin Tarantino. If you never seen a Quentin Tarantino
I started
movie.
chilling, not Netflix.
Oh man,
27 minutes into it.
Listen,
well, it didn't take long to see what happened to that church. So,
yeah. You ever seen a Quentin Tarantino movie?
So you hateful right now? You hateful right now?
Listen, it is just a lot of killing.
Yeah, a lot of killing
went down at that church.
Oh yeah, that's Tarantino style right there. Hey man, don't sleep on my. All I'm gonna say, you got a team now, but don't sleep on my secondary, my bench team that you're gonna play now. Listen. Now don't let this bench team beat you now.
Listen,
don't let the bench team beat you.
Well, I got it out. I got it out for some wins right now. I got 2 in a row. I'm trying to come up. I'm trying to get up out this. Look like everybody 4-6. I play B Will with their greatness.
Ooh, that's gonna be a.
Dang, y'all done played each other about 3 times.
Yeah, we keep going back and forth at it. I gotta get him this time though, man. I gotta get one. And then to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying, I'm down here in the bottom bracket. Everybody 4-6, you know what I'm saying, run them up, chill Belichick. And then you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to make sure or ensure my way into the playoffs. Maybe not with points, but definitely with wins and losses.
So what would y'all say is the key matchup for week 11?
All of them, it's getting important.
All of them,
look at the standings, bro.
All of them.
Look at the standings. You and Big Body 73.
It's too tight.
At 1 and 2, see that 1 and 2. Jackass,
he did.
RPGs, both 6 and 4, so they had 3 and 4.
And then everybody else 4 and 6.
B Will and Donald, you know what I'm saying, 5 and 5 at 5 with the 5th and 6th spot, and then you got 3, 4, and 16. So every game matters right now. Nobody can afford to lose. The standings can flip flop. You could be in this week, you out next week, depending on how stuff happens.
Whoa.
Yes, sir. Number 1. Once again, Ricky Bobby on y'all.
Why y'all letting this man call him? Look here, man. We gonna have.
That's all he has to say.
Yeah. At least say wild out like the other week.
He way calm now.
Oh, okay, yeah, he way calm. Yeah, that man.
He had that number 1 spot for a minute, man.
Yeah, man. We gotta do something about that, man.
I gotta be RPGs, man.
You gotta take him out for us, bro. You gotta take him out. Man. But listen up, man.
I gotta do it for the coach.
Next week we got it going on. I really like how it's happening right now. I don't know if you know, but fantasy football is alive and well right here at the Rec Room Sports.
How you liking it?
I'm finding time. Like I really gotta take that hour, that maybe hour and a half to go, man. All right, who doing what? Who playing? Who not playing? I gotta look at the app. Right. I gotta see the Q.
But it's better now. It's better. You got a better understanding. Everybody. Everybody in the league is really playing.
Yeah, I gotta.
It's competitive.
Yeah,
right. I gotta really look at it because I was going, man. I was just here optimize and just let it ride. But I don't think that was working.
Yeah, let it ride.
No, that wasn't working. So now I'm trying to take a little bit of time. Even if it's just one day, I can get one day in and I'm looking and I'm seeing. All right, they ain't playing. He playing. He not gonna play. All right. And it's helping me get closer and closer to these W's. Oh man, wait a minute, hold up, dog. Hey, yo, Jay, man. Hey, bro, what is that?
Hey, man, shout out to my Eagles fans in this no-fly zone, man.
Wow,
we take it from man right here.
Wow,
yo, son. So with this no-fly zone, what we got here? November 15th, 2004, I believe. We had beginning of the Eagles and Vikings game.
Wow.
They wanted to push.
Oh my God.
Desperate Housewives when it just started up or whatever, and it was a little promo they had going.
Mm-hmm.
So
with T.O.
which a lot would consider the raciest Monday Night Football promo of all time.
Yes, very much.
With
different
some
type of TV.
may consider soft,
different timing.
a little more than soft porn.
You see his face.
Yeah,
he was challenged to not go to a game to what obviously have sex and forget about Donovan McNabb.
right.
But T.O. being the true teammate, he was, man.
Me.
He said, my quarterback needs
My quarterback needs me.
Right. Donovan needs me, man. It's a big game.
And he ain't lied neither.
That's my quarterback.
What one Twitter
about that real quick.
one Twitter user said that it was a night that he'll never forget. Basically, he said his parents turned off the TV and they prayed for the rest of the night.
Wow.
He never even got to see the game.
It did what?
Man,
Did they lose?
Who?
Did the Eagles lose?
I don't even know.
I
didn't even. Sorry about man. My bad.
That would be. That
it was against the Vikings.
They prayed the rest of
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody, this dude said it was a night he'll never forget. His parents turned off the TV, said let's pray, and he never watched the game.
Come on, mom. That's what he said in his head.
He got that bag probably over that commercial.
I'll share it or whatever, but
that's dope.
Yeah, definitely a night. Like I said, it happened on this day. 18 years ago. Hold on, let me make sure.
That's a funny picture, bro.
Yeah, 18 years ago.
Like that might be the start of meme. That might be like the first ever meme.
Yeah,
memes coming out soon.
I think that one might get put back in the rotation.
Yeah.
That one right there.
We might have to put that one. Hey, we gotta put it on Twitter or something.
Washington Commanders. Like
yeah. Hey, you start one up, man. You start one up. That'll be dope.
Memes coming soon. Yeah.
Oh dang! Oh my mama.
What?
Philly won 27-16.
Okay.
There you go.
So it worked. T.O. not falling for it worked. And the thing is, what's and just like you were saying, like TV is different now.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would have canceled T.O.
How? I mean, he was just doing his job as a TV promo.
Yeah, but the women.
It was the whole brand.
And the whole thing about women and women in power. Not just gonna throw yourself at some football player. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
It was like pro wrestling, man.
Yeah, I know. But
it was a different time.
It was a different time. It was a different time. But hey,
stuff was acceptable, but that would not be acceptable at all.
Right, definitely wouldn't be acceptable. So big shouts out to you, Jay. I like that one. That was a good one, bro.
Man said, "I'll never forget this. My parents turned off the TV and we prayed the rest of the night. Never got to see the kid." Like what?
It was disgusted.
That's crazy.
I can't believe it, man. But shoot, man.
Decepticon.
What else we got going on in the back there? You got them birthdays, man?
Yeah, man. Celebrity birthdays.
Okay.
We got your boy Randy Savage.
Macho Man?
Oh yeah.
Tap it to a Slim Jim.
Nothing means nothing, brother. Nothing means nothing.
That's a good one. Y'all pulling them all out.
Yeah, man.
Pause.
Rest in peace. Before he even said. Not for you to go.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. That was a good.
Hey, shout out to B.O.B.
All right.
Oh, it's
wow.
B.O.B.
Wait a minute.
That was Tyler the Creator.
I'm sorry.
Bobby Ray Bands. Now y'all know B.O.B. was like one of them original rappers. Was like, man, this industry is rigged.
Yeah.
So and they blackballed him back then. So big shouts out to B.O.B. for being one of the original whistleblowers of the industry, man. I wonder what B.O.B. doing now.
I don't know. Probably writing somebody.
Yeah, he probably still doing something. I know he got to be. He probably at that dang old Hawks game. We don't even know it, bro.
Yeah, he probably sitting in the stand somewhere.
Yeah.
Tell me when they go. Tell me when they go.
Is E40 birthday?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
He figured it out.
Right, yo.
Yeah.
Hey man.
Spectacular vernacular. You know?
And listen, man. I had some of his alcohol.
Hey.
Yeah, man.
Okay. I see him marketing all the time.
The 40 water.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a dope name.
Yeah. You cruise. Yeah. You don't need but one.
Yeah. That's it.
Go down.
You don't need but one. All right. Who else we got?
Hey, y'all. The team that you disappointed in.
Oh man.
What team you disappointed?
On the low.
Talking about Minnesota.
Yeah. Who's the main player?
Carl Anthony Towns.
There you go.
Yeah, all right.
On the low, real talk though. If Trevor was like a foot more taller, dog, he'll be kind of like Carl. Don't tell me if you look at this picture, Sweat Carl Anthony Towns, like Sweat might need to be Carl Anthony Towns on Halloween next year. Like seriously.
Wow. No. Cat.
Look at the picture, like you got
Cat Sweat.
How can he be called Anthony Towns?
You gonna be Cat Sweat.
They all looking like these.
Hey man, hey, with a haircut, yeah, look like
You better
Carl
put
Anthony Towns.
some what you call this on your shoes? Some
risers.
Some.
Oh yeah,
some
hey,
Bibles.
what was those shoes? They wasn't the shots.
East Bay.
Before the shots.
East Bay, they jump higher.
Yeah,
I got
man.
They was on your toes.
They was like $79.99.
Like you had nothing on your heel. Like it's just straight toe.
All you had was just the edge of your foot in the shoe, and you just standing up all the whole time.
A big like a slice of bread under your toe.
Oh, seriously? You talking about jumping shoes?
Yeah, the jump soles, ain't it?
Oh,
I want those so bad, bro.
You went to OW if Coach Collier was your coach. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, y'all had them.
Man, them things sent me home. I was done. I was done with Coach Collier that day.
Ooh, Lord.
6 laps.
Look like it hurt.
6 laps in them.
6 laps in no shoes.
During spring break.
God,
out of here.
Nah, son.
I ain't playing.
Dude done died on this track
No.
doing the same thing. I'm good.
Out of here.
damn, I can't right there with that, brother. I can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What else we got?
I was about to be wrong.
Busta Rhymes? No.
Nah.
No, that's why I was about to be wrong.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. I didn't even.
Let's see. Who gonna give him the clue for that one?
What else we got?
Man.
Oh man. Hey. No, that's
Nah.
two. That's two.
Yeah,
ODB?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I ain't even say the dirty.
Hey man, you get clutch.
That's crazy.
Shout out
You
to
get a clap for that
ODB,
one.
man.
He made one noise. And
Yeah. Oh yeah. ODB, man. You know what
One
we take,
man
man.
Army, a song.
Right.
Baby, I got your money.
And his son doing a heck of a job.
Yeah, his son doing a heck of a job
just
playing
like
him, looking just like him. And you know that's basically half of their kids playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. So yeah, big shout out to the Wu-Tang American Saga. I need that new season. Yo, Wizard,
Shout out to Hulu.
Jizza, Inspector Det, You God. You know what I'm saying? I know I name them all, but don't worry about it. But yeah, I need another one out there, man.
One of probably the most influential.
One of the most influential rap groups. We wouldn't have like ASAP Mob without Wu-Tang. Or maybe even like the Dipset. Like when the last time you see like 12 people just be out here rapping?
While we on that note, we didn't get to do the last episode. We definitely was gonna say R.I.P. to Takeoff.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the Migos.
R.I.P. to Takeoff. Yeah. Most definitely. Rest up. You know what I'm saying? On a rest in peace note, we're gonna put a big rest in peace out to Anthony Rumble Johnson, the MMA fighter who passed away over this past weekend. Anthony Rumble Johnson fought in both the Bellator and in the UFC. He was a 2-time championship contender. I don't believe he won in the UFC, but I know he went for the belt twice. John Jones put out a big tweet about him. I thought that was real proper. John Jones coming out of retirement to kind of say, hey, he was a great competitor when they fought against each other. So you know what I'm saying, big shouts out to Anthony Rumble Johnson. And I know we're about to get out of here, but in other news, unfortunately, my guy Israel Adesanya lost.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, Israel Adesanya lost to Pereira.
Is it me that when they showed him before the fight, like when he was like kind of like leaning in the like he was in the basketball locker room? It was like I ain't think he believed he was gonna beat him himself.
The thing is, if you know,
I didn't see that. Like, you know, you
the fire,
he dominated.
Go crazy.
If you know anything about the history of Pereira and Israel Adesanya, they fought in a kickboxing. Right? They fought in the kickboxing, promo at one time, and Pereira technically did the same thing. Israel Adesanya won 4 rounds. He knocked him out. He actually knocked him out in the kickboxing match. Now, from what it looks like, and this is, you got to watch a lot of MMA. From what it looks like and from what Israel Adesanya says, it's kind of 2 different things. The fight could have continued. Israel was not out, you know what I'm saying? He was not unable, like, responding to getting punched or weaving. But Israel Adesanya even said himself, I got hit one time and that immediately woke me up, and that's when I began to dodge punches. But, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to get better referees in MMA to cut off the fight where, hey, look, this is dangerous now. You know what I'm saying? Just a few weeks ago, we got a boxer put into a coma who had to get put into a medically induced coma. Yeah, I can't think of his name, but I'm gonna Google it and make sure I'll bring it back next week. He got put in a medically induced coma because of the damage he was taking in the fight, and they did not realize that he was not only out, but I had some bleeding on his brain.
Extra out.
Yeah, he was extra out. Dang. So you know what I'm saying? It's a lot in terms of, if I'm a ref, I'm trying to save your life, but at the same time, I know you are fighting. So
it's entertainment, but we can't go that far.
Yeah, we can't go that far. But of course, hey man, it's gonna be a rematch. Period. And then it's gonna be more money. Period. And then guess what's gonna happen? Pereira gonna have to put up them dukes. Cause I'm telling you now, it's a guy from from Tajikistan or wherever my man is from. Yeah, listen. If you wrestling bears, well, as a child, like like some of the MMA fighters do, is serious. But hey, it is what it is right now. So big shouts out to Israel Adesanya, man. Hey man, get rest up, champ. Get back in there, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? You got your people behind you. We were big supporters. I think I might have had one more thing.
After he lost the fight, that was a great interview.
I got one serious thing, man. Put the guns down, man. What's going on with people just killing people?
Oh man, big shouts out, big prayers go up to the University of Virginia campus. Like tragedy struck their campus, man, with a gunman gunning down 3 of their players. One of which I hear is from Camden. Is that correct?
Dorchester, South Carolina.
Dorchester.
Quick. Somebody I know actually talked to him before, like when he was in high school. I think he went to Woodland. I might be wrong.
He went to Woodland.
Yeah, so actually gained a relationship, as a mentor to him, and he was and it kind of is tearing him up right now.
Talking about 6'9". I mean, he was 6'8" around here.
Yeah. I mean, it was when he was in high school, but he always told him he was gonna go to one of his games, and it's on the TV and stuff. It's just regular news, and when he realized who it was, it kind of tore him up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's crazy how you could be here today and gone
tomorrow, man. R.I.P. Stormy Dukes, man. Too. I don't know.
Oh yeah, R.I.P. Stormy, man.
R.I.P. Stormy Dukes.
I still can't believe that, man.
Real talk. That's another one. So everybody, man,
fire.
We said a lot this episode, but I want you to make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Please do.
Make sure you tune in next week, and we're gonna close it out real simple.
Tell somebody to tell somebody.
Real simple message, man. You know what I'm saying? Love the loved ones while you can, because they might not be here when you open your eyes, and who knows, you might not open yours yourself. Let's get out of here, Sweat.
Y'all got anything?
Let's go.
Y'all got anything?
Let's do it.
Just looking forward to next week.
Next week we back.
Fantasy matchups. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Locked in, baby.
We got a bye week, so we won next week.
Well,
I got a bye week too.
Oh dang.
Damn. So it's like that.
Oh man.
Scheme it.
And on that note, let's go, my boy. We out, man. Hey man, Rec Room Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We'll be back again Tuesday. Next week, we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. We're going to talk about the turkey. We're going to talk about the dressing. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about Detroit Football every year too.
Sweet potato pie.
Wow.
I can't wait for Thanksgiving.
The humble pie.
The banana pudding is flawless. The banana
you do got some good banana pudding.
Y'all come holla at me.
Ladies.
Forget Patty LaBelle. Come holla at my banana pudding. So I'm telling you, I'm not playing.
Fried turkey. End of discussion. Done. We out, baby.
Thanks for watching, man.